Ah! We are live. Back again! With more IKI Island. I didn't know what to call the stream. Taking back IKI Island. It is what it is. I guess I could change episode 1 and call it like Shipwrecked or something. I don't know. Yeah. We're gonna finish this up. Because I know it's very short. What mission were we on? We were on Lightning and the Storm. So we got Massacre and we've basically got 2 missions left and then we'll probably fuck around in the open world a little bit. It's kind of funny though. I beat it in 1 day. Not even 1 day, it's literally like 4 hours.
There's the samurai who freed us from Fort Sakai. I thought I'd see the day.
Jin from Yarikawa. You outdid yourself this time.
I mean, I guess.
My men returned safely, and Fort Sakai is in our hands. We finally have a fighting chance against the Eagle.
Any news on her whereabouts?
Not yet, but I did learn something. While you were busy, my scouts recovered orders the Eagle sent to her shamans. It sounds like she wants to capture a samurai.
Oh, I wonder who that can be.
No, but I think we can guess who she's hunting. What I want to know is, why does she want to take you in alive?
Why does he do that?
The Eagle captured me when I first arrived.
Why has he got his hand out like that?
But maybe she wants to finish what she started.
What aren't you telling me, samurai?
Fune, Jin, we were searching for the Eagle. Lost her, but then we stumbled on one of her patrols. Tracked them all the way back here. The cliffs outside are crawling with Mongols. We had to sneak back in to avoid being seen. The Eagle knows we're close. She's going to find us.
She's retaliating. This is payback for her warship. And the death of her lapdog, Kumbish.
We can evacuate to the ship.
Abandon your home now and you'll lose it forever.
You'd rather die here?
We could draw them away from the refuge. Fight them on land.
They outnumber us.
So do the samurai. You know the terrain better.
What about an ambush? Somewhere we have the advantage.
Kidafure village.
We have a plan?
Round everyone up, Tenzo. We need to go now.
Oh, this place looks good.
They'll lure the Eagle's forces to Kidafure village.
I've got people preparing an ambush.
What about the people who live there?
It was abandoned after the Butcher of Iki destroyed it.
Massacre.
Your father put the entire village to the sword, and you did nothing to stop him.
The lookout tower. We got a good view up there.
Our scouts will lure the Mongols here. We can't be sure where exactly they'll come through.
Get people in the most likely places. A few of us on horses can hold back.
And respond where we're needed. Like stopping a wildfire.
We need to cover a lot of ground. Where should we position the men?
Place them among your father's innocent victims.
The tree line. Station people there to keep watch.
If they see something, they can signal us with.
Wish we had a player choice there. You could like choose where you want to put them.
Set them off the moment your people see the invaders.
Then we ride in.
Like, it doesn't seem like there's a player choice. It's just like do what the game tells you.
Hide people in those houses and granaries.
Where your father's victims hid, terrified and weeping.
And if the Mongols don't get close?
Have riders ready to hit their flank. Force them in range.
What would you do there?
The moment the villagers saw your father's men approach, they knew they were doomed.
That was where they fell back.
What? Who fell back?
Where we could fall back. If we're overwhelmed.
We'll reinforce it with whatever we can throw together.
Get everyone in position. We'll hang back for now.
Jin's kind of breaking down.
The horror your father inflicted here. The horror you failed to prevent.
Well, I mean, wasn't I a kid? How the fuck could I have prevented that?
Ride to your posts. Signal when you spot the invaders.
You said that was where they fell back.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
When your father massacred the village.
It wasn't a massacre.
What do you call armed men slaughtering an unarmed village?
A village hiding armed fighters.
And their families.
The people who lived here ambushed our patrols. Set traps that maimed and killed our warriors. Slit their throats while they slept.
What did you expect? You came here to kill us! A friend of mine grew up in this village. After the samurai left, I found his body. But it took me a week to find his head in all the mud.
I'm sorry, Tenzo.
You're sorry. Do you have any idea what it's like to find your friend like that? Do you know how many lives your father destroyed?
Too many. If I could change that, I would.
But you didn't. Others had to end his cruelty.
And I watched him die. I could have saved him. But I didn't.
Why not?
They're here. Get to the horses.
They're coming. Get ready. They're attacking!
Alright, let's go. Mount your horse to join the battle.
Enzo, Jin, with me. Strike hard and fast.
Strike hard and fast.
Those overrun us. We'll fall back here.
The group will stay to bolster these defenses.
Fighting on the side of your father's killers. What would he say?
Come on, no, he's dead. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god!
Run them down, boy.
Whoa!
More Mongols heading in!
We need to buy our people more time. Charge!
Oh! Don't play the main. Ah! Hey, that was my fault. Don't worry about it. Oh. Bitch. There we go. Hey,
That's all of them.
we did it.
Easy pickings, right, Jin?
A good start.
Used fireworks to join.
More Mongols on the way!
Mount up. Let's go.
Fireworks. Join the ambush. Join the ambush.
Just like the old days.
She's enjoying herself. Remembering how they slaughtered the samurai.
Quickly! Let's ready a welcome for the Mongols.
There's a few drums of black powder on those carts.
You've been busy.
Here they come.
Aim for the barrels!
Roger that. Today we die. Boom. I almost died there. Jesus, that was close. Holy shit. You guys suck. More coming. Oh no, there's a shaman. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh.
I'm down.
That's
We
the last of them.
did it. Look at that.
Now,
You'll never forget the sight. So much blood. The ground was soaked in it. Devastation all around you. Look what Kazumasa Sakai did. The Butcher of Iki.
Ah, it's a good title.
More fireworks to the west.
Well, it's not.
can't keep this up forever.
Let's go.
Feeling all right?
Yes. Keep moving.
Come on, Kaze. Even though you're not Kage. Kage.
Fune, you think the fallback defenses are ready?
Our people need more time.
We'll hold back the invaders as long as we can.
I mean, it'll probably be this last one, right? Because I mean, third time's a charm.
I don't see them.
Might be an ambush. Let's take a closer look.
Well, it is an ambush. It is an ambush. It's not. Might be an ambush. It is an ambush. I mean, it's obvious. It's very quiet. You know what
They've
I'm
captured
saying?
the lookouts.
Hang back. I can sneak in. Surprise the Mongols.
What the fuck was that?
Jin's been spotted.
Move in! Help him!
Oh, fuck off. There we go. Ah! Oh! I'm alive again, bitch.
Mongol riders coming in.
Why are you scared of me? What the fuck? Oh shit! That was my fault. I ran right into that.
That's all of them. Untie the men.
That wasn't a lot, to be fair.
She deserves to still be here. Not me.
What? She deserves to still be here.
You'll be free soon.
I thought I was dead. Thank you. More fireworks! On all sides!
The Eagle Tribe's making its move.
Ha!
There are too many of them, and we're spread thin.
We're out of time.
Everyone, get to the horses. Retreat to the tower. We'll face them there.
Lead the way, samurai!
Fall back!
Fall back!
Lead Vader's back to the tower.
All of our riders!
With Mongols on their tails, they need help.
Hey, listen, I'm going. You told me to go to the.
Got your men time for now. Defenses are ready. Hold the invaders here.
These motherfucking shamans. Oh! I'm alright, I'm good. Hang on. What the fuck? That's such bullshit, dude.
Got your men time for now. The defenses are ready. Hold the invaders here.
We make our last stand.
What the fuck, Jin? Camera's facing that way. But there we go.
Reinforcements on the way.
Kill them all.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Hey,
The Mongols are breaking.
Keep fighting. Push them back. Smash the
you are
invaders.
back.
For Iki. For Iki.
Fuck it! I missed. Bitch. What did you miss? Basically just the main game again. Build an army, fight against Mongols, take back the island. Pretty typical. And a boss fight, I guess. Kind of a boss fight.
May your death benefit all beings.
Oh, he's gonna have Vietnam flashbacks. Oh, he killed my father.
Jin. May your death benefit all beings. I've heard that before. From my father's killer.
You're hearing things. It's the eagle's poison.
Say the prayer for yourself before I end your life.
Oh,
Do it. On this blood-soaked ground, where your father massacred hundreds.
He was trying to save lives. You knew who I was. What you did to my father. You lied to my face.
You lied to yourself. Your father was my enemy, not you.
How did someone so worthless defeat Kazumasa Sakai?
I don't know. Luck. He slaughtered dozens of us before we brought him down. Broke his leg, I think. All I did was finish the job. Get on with it, samurai!
Not yet. You killed my father by luring us into an ambush at Senjo Gorge. That's how we're going to kill the eagle.
wait, what?
We need more than the two of us.
Talk to Fune, and meet me near the canyons.
We can't.
That's fucking stupid. Oh yeah, let's put this in the DLC and not the main fucking game.
Tell
What?
Jin Sakai. She knows I fight for you. My actions prove it. Tell her
Fucking
I am not
idiots.
my father. If I was,
I don't agree with that at all.
you would be dead.
That rubbed me the wrong way, that. I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, let's put the fucking, like, a big revelation, like, oh, finding our father's killer in the fucking DLC and not the main game. Well, he needs him. Even though, you know, it's a game, so it's not... It's just... He needs him to fight off the eagle, but... I mean, from a story, like, that's, to me... Having stuff like that in a story makes the story better. I mean, instead of it being like, oh, we've got to defeat Kotal Khan, or whatever his fucking name is. What was Kublai Khan? Kotal Khan? Whatever his name was in the fucking main game. What if he'll kill him later on? He'll probably give you a choice or something like the main game. Like, kill him or spare him. But if they had it in the main game, they could have fleshed it out more. You know what I mean? Like, doing it in a DLC... Literally, this is the final level of the DLC. This is the final main quest. I'd probably spare him just because they left it so late. It's like, okay, you know? I like, killing him's not going to do much, is it? I mean, years later, who fucking cares? You know, I mean, if Ellie can spare out Abby, you know what I mean? The cycle of violence did, you know, there's no point killing him. Like, how the fuck, why did they, I don't understand why they put this in a DLC. Like, they would have been such an interesting concept to put into the, like, the main game. Your father's killer that they show visions of in the game, in the base game. So it's kind of weird that they're like, oh yeah, no, we're not going to like do anything with the father's killer, you know? Just kind of weird. Thought they would have. What? The level's here. Oh.
I wasn't sure you'd show up.
Wasn't sure you would either.
He doesn't look old enough to... whatever.
I take it Tenzo told you who I am.
He did, Sakai. And
Oof.
if we weren't in the middle of a war, you would both be gathering flies.
We won't survive the day with blades held to each other's necks. First, we stop the eagle. Then we'll settle this.
Deal.
I came to hear your plan, Sakai. How's a band of raiders supposed to take down an army of Mongols?
The same way you defeated the samurai 15 years ago. You lured my father into Senjo Gorge, took his life, and forced the Sakai clan to retreat. We can do the same to the Eagle tribe.
How do we get her attention?
She's hunting me. If I provoke her, she'll chase me.
Yeah, but I thought the father died on
Where we'll be waiting
Tsushima.
to spring the ambush and send them to hell.
It could work.
We'll have to find the eagle first. She's always on the move, hunting new victims to poison.
I have scouts combing the island. They'll find her.
When they do, I'll get her attention.
Not alone you won't. Any day now, the eagle will find our refuge and
Is
burn
that-
it to ash. If this is our best chance to stop her, I'm going to make sure she takes our bait.
Then it's settled. Tenzo, see to the scouts. I'll prepare the ambush.
I'll camp here until we're ready. We have one shot to bring the eagle to ground. Make it count.
Make it count.
Jin, scouts spotted the eagle's force.
Is Funa in
I
position?
swear though, if they give me an option at the end of the DLC the same way they did at the end of the game, then it kind of just proves that they've already run out of ideas. They don't know how to end the game without a choice. I mean, it is. I guess it is Sucker Punch though, and Sucker Punch, you know, they usually like the choices and stuff. But they put more effort into the choices in Infamous than they did in this.
Keeping an eye on the eagle's force.
When we attack, I'll get
This
her
is just like random dialogue choices. It's not really that
She walked
important.
with a poisoned samurai.
She wants to make me one of her shamans.
What?
One of her followers at Fort Sakai said she wants to recruit me.
But she forced her poison on you.
The sacred medicine is poisonous to most, but her shamans use it as a rite of passage.
Are you still seeing visions?
Yes.
Yes, and they're getting worse.
I warned you this would only end in madness and death.
What if you kill her though? Like this part reminds me of Far Cry 2, like getting drugged and shit. Which isn't a bad thing, because like, I mean, the Far Cry 3's good, right? And that's kind of what it reminds me of.
The Mongols are sweeping the island, looking for the samurai.
Is the eagle with them?
She called a halt and released some of her eagles to fly. We weren't spotted.
Let's get a better look.
I mean, you're not gonna find.
Look for the eagle's helmet. Shouldn't be hard to spot.
The eagle's helmet and what? Like. Oh.
That's her. The eagle is here.
Where?
Wow, what do you mean where? Like, right there.
Jesus. Move in.
There you are, Lord Sakai. I've scoured the island for you.
Ah.
No.
Oh, great.
Now.
Accept my gift.
I don't think she's even there.
Your gift.
Refuse me and you will die here.
This is scripted.
Just like your father.
Damn it. Where is she?
Tessa! The eagle got away! Look for her!
She was never.
Yeah, she was never here, Jin. Like, the fuck? I don't understand. Like, what is this? Oh! Wait, it's just me and Tenzo now? What the fuck? Nice.
Jin, what happened?
Ah, I hallucinated.
They were waiting for us.
How is that pre-rendered? That's not
Eagle
pre-rendered.
wasn't here.
And where is she?
Where am I, Jin?
Be silent.
What place on this island calls to you? Where were we destined to meet again?
Can't be.
Central Gorge!
The eagle is there, where my father was killed.
We have to get back to Fune.
I thought the father was killed in fucking Tsushima though. Who is Eagle? It's like the main villain.
I underestimated the eagle.
You sure you didn't want to become her shaman? Offer us up to your new master?
I'm no traitor. When I was imprisoned, poisoned, I thought the eagle was someone else. I told her about my father, how you ambushed us in Senjo Gorge.
So she knew your father died there. Then she learned you joined our fight. Heard we were planning something big.
She's one step ahead. We can still win this, Tenzo.
Main, like, cliche villain.
The entire force is attacking. They'll overwhelm
I don't
Fune.
get this. Like, what do you mean? Like, the father didn't die here, though. I thought he died at, like, the home. Like, the Sakai home place.
Aksa Hutton! Where are you? I know you're here. Face me!
And just do this. It can't be asked to, like, find all of them. Fuck. Turns out, you dumb bastard. Is Yuna in this DLC? She appeared at the beginning, but that was about it. And she appeared as like an hallucination, even though it wasn't her, it was the eagle. What the fuck? It's just red attacks because of the fucking doodah. The shaman. Bitch. Nice. That's not bad. Like, come on, dude. What the f... She isn't in the DLC. I mean, she kind of is. She was at was she Vi at the beginning? I think she kind of was. Yeah, she was at, like, Vi at the beginning. She appeared, but it was on, like, on Tsushima, so it technically isn't. It's like the prologue that leads you to this island. Nice. What? How did that hit him? Why is there one behind me? What the fuck? Where did you... What? Where did you come from? What was she doing? I don't know. She just came up to us and said, you know, like, what the fuck is this chat point, dude? I hate games that just throw every fucking enemy at you right at the end. I hate it. It's so boring.
Hutton! Where are you? I know you're here. Face me!
Right, let me take care of the shaman first, because that probably fucked us up a bit. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. Oh, for... Fuck you. There we go. Like God of War did it, and I just hate it. It's such a lazy way to like make it more challenging, the final level. Like, yeah, let's just throw every enemy at you. It's such an artificial way of doing it. Nice. Oh, he's over there. What you mean? What the fuck? Little dagger did that much damage? Are you mental? Attack. What are you doing? Yeah, they recover. It's so dumb how they recover so quick just because of a guy singing. What? It doesn't even make sense. Just building their confidence. Man, let me take care of this bitch. Where is he? Where is he? For fuck's sake. I swear sometimes, like, when the blue one appears, it doesn't always trigger when you press R1. Nice. Did I get hit by something there? Fuck you, bitch. As I say, Tenzo hasn't fallen yet. Okay. You absolute dipshit. How? How do you catch up to me that quick? Bitch. Come on, they were easy to deal with. What was that about?
The bastards came out of nowhere.
Like, they were
What
struggling
happened?
with one guy.
Later. Did you see the eagle?
She led the attack, killed half my men. We need to fall back to the refuge.
We won't get a second chance at this. We have to bring down the eagle now.
You're as stubborn as one of my crew.
Then let's go.
Listen up! We're hunting the eagle!
Into the canyon!
Thank you. I don't know why.
It's too late. The battle is lost. You failed, like you failed your father. Do you remember how you let him die?
Ow! No! There's no way of attacking this guy with the shaman there. See, that's also an artificial difficulty. Like, yeah, let's just add an enemy that makes them all tougher. Like, what?
Your mind is lost. How do you know this battle is even real?
Jin, still with us?
I'm fine.
Well, people are being very aggressive with
You return to
The eagle.
remember the great Kazuma-san. Broken and bleeding while you shook like a newborn camel.
I was a child.
A samurai, not a farm boy. But when your father was desperate, you hid like a coward.
I fucked her up there.
Yes, keep fighting!
What if you die in the dream? Does it just... I guess it just kills you. What do you mean? Oh, for fuck.
To me, now.
What the fuck just happened there? Like, we collided swords and then I died. Right, great checkpoint. Fantastic. I've got to fight her again.
Lord Sakai,
Hello?
you return to me.
The eagle.
I can't see.
Remember the great cousin? Broken and bleeding while you shook like a newborn.
I was a child.
See, this is like kind of weird because now I know her moves in the boss fight.
But when your father was desperate, you hid like a coward.
You alright? Yes, keep fighting.
What the fuck? I don't like big boys, so I'm taking them out. Bitch.
Good work. Keep hunting for the eagle.
She disappeared? Yeah, because she's like an hallucination.
I used to only hear her
Well, she isn't actually there. We're just fighting her in our mind, basically.
Visions more intense.
See, look at this. It's like a copy and paste thing.
Are you not tired, Lord Sakai? Come, I will give you peace.
and I will give you cold steel.
Jin, hold it together.
Remember your terror. Your father's dying screams echoed off the
How?
canyon walls. Let me take away your pain.
What the fuck was that? We were just stood next to each other. She was just stood there, and then I moved a little bit, and then it triggered her.
Her voice. Now I see her, feel her presence.
And then the game. Oh, what the fuck was that? That was weird.
Makes the visions
Game almost fucking crashed.
Are you not tired, Lord Sakai? Come, I will give you peace.
And I will give you cold steel.
Jin, hold it together.
Remember your terror.
Hello?
Your father's dying screams echoed off the canyon walls. Let me take away your pain.
No. I'll send you to hell.
I took it to hell. For God's sake, dude. Artificial enemies. Fuck's sake, dude. Just fucking let me get him. There we go. I hate shit like that. Let's make an enemy that just fucking makes them all tougher.
That's the last of them.
The eagle has to be close.
You know where I am, don't you?
What the fuck was that bird finger
Eagle
bugger?
was waiting east of here, where my father was killed.
I'm not betting everything on your gut, Samurai. You go east. Tenzo and I cover the other path.
Beat some shit.
I'll go with Jin. He needs me.
Good luck
Like
to both of you.
Fune was the eagle. That's like the big plot twist.
Meet me in the heart of your pain. Let me heal you.
Damn it, give me silence!
Jin, you need to turn back.
Too late now.
I mean, he didn't die here, though, did he?
This is the place
Ed?
Where you killed my father.
What the fuck? Was it? That wasn't very obvious, though.
The sacred medicine brought you here. Do you know why?
To end your reign of terror.
Oh, look, we're doing a duel,
To
though.
be healed. For years you hid your pain. The sacred medicine allows you to see it.
Against my will, your medicine is a weapon.
Don't let the darkness take you, Jin. Let your spirit soar in the eternal blue sky.
I don't soar over my people.
I served him.
Even the people who killed your father.
Yes, even them.
What a waste.
Handle the others, Tenzo. I'll deal with the eagle.
Oh shit! I wasn't ready for that. Kill me. I wasn't. Just kill me. Just kill me. I wasn't. That happened way too quick. I wasn't even. What the fuck? She attacks so right, okay, we're gonna be here a while.
You cannot defeat me.
What the fuck? Okay.
You will die here like a coward.
Alright. Alright. We're gonna be here a while. She attacks faster than she did in the visions. Like, she attacks much faster. I can't time the attacks. Okay, do that. And keep spamming that same attack, bitch.
How can you fight an enemy who turns your own mind against you?
I'm trying to read her like fucking attacks.
How? You cannot defeat me. You will. You are blinded by your petty eye.
Oh, what the fuck? That's a new one. That's a new attack. That's a new attack. That's a new attack. What the fuck?
Colton is a fool, you understand.
He's dead. Was. Past tense. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I was doing good then. I was doing good. I know her attacks now, but it's like that one, like the one she did with the spear. She was doing that fucking weird, like, Red Viper shit from Game of Thrones. Oh, I dodged it. Okay, right. We got this, we got this, we got this. No, we don't. No, we don't. You need to...
You cannot defeat me.
I can, and I will. So what do we do here? Just like wait this out? Wait that attack out? Ooh.
blinded by your pet.
Alright. Come on. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't ready for that. She's doing a new move there, she's not doing that free attack. Oh, fuck. Hey, this could help me, actually. She's slowing down. Fuck. Yeah, there was nothing I could do there. Like... Because it's, like, she's kind of slower, but I couldn't double, like, dodge there. I had it, did. Was that, like, the halfway point, too? What the fuck?
You are blinded by your petty ally.
Hello? What? I was spamming fucking L1 there. I was spamming that shit. Fuck's sake. That was terrible. I feel like the attacks don't... I literally... I was spamming L1. Like, stop it. Fuck's sake, dude. How did she kill me that quick? No, I'm not banning it yet. Fuck off. I can do it, it's just...
You cannot defeat me.
See, then she does that attack. She didn't do that attack for ages. What the fuck? Hello? Fucking Jin. Dodge. I don't know how many times I need to spam the buttons in this fucking game just for it to trigger. Like, he does a little What's that dodge about? The sidestep, dude.
Beg. Colton is a fool, you understand.
I'm gonna be a while. Like, I don't...
How can you fight an enemy who turns your own mind against you? You cannot defeat me.
Nice, spam that attack. Can I do anything against this? I don't know if I can.
You are blinded by your petty act.
That was close. Oh!
Face the judgment of your ancestors, Lord Sakai.
I just fall over anyway. It's really where. Like, they literally put the father's death in the DLC, kind of. Like, it was in the DLC map. But even though it didn't look like that, it looked like it was actually in, like, the Sakai home. Oh my god. I wonder if he knocked him out in, like, real life.
Jin. We should have died here together. Like warriors.
I'm sorry I failed you, Father.
Not me. Our clan. The Sakai name is tarnished.
The people here accuse us of terrible things.
Sometimes, what is necessary is also terrible. The actions I took were not easy. But they needed to be done.
You did what was needed on the battlefield. Not at home. I need.
You're telling me, like, while this is happening, she's just stood over me.
Lost your mother. I was left with a son.
Hopefully, I don't. Like, hopefully, there's a checkpoint here for the boss fight.
So I raised a samurai. It's time, Jin. Do what is necessary. Rid our clan of shame and defeat.
Dun, 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 dun.
Avenge me.
Wait. Wait.
Kill him, you coward!
No, wait. Because you're gonna kill him in. It's not just in the
Be
vision.
like you.
Yeah.
The way you lived was not my choice. And your death was not my fault.
Oh. No, you don't kill your own father. He killed the father. There we go. Hopefully I got a checkpoint there. Oh, they've got the music playing now. I'm gonna fuck up.
Secret medicine no longer affects you. How is that possible?
Don't play the music, because now I'm gonna fuck up with the fucking. Ow! You bitch. I'm fucking about now. Never mind. Okay, you can. I might have been fucking about a little bit there. What the fuck? I'm good. What the fuck? I took her head right off. No, I didn't. I thought I took her head off. That was a weird, like, because you see how it dropped frame rate there? Because the cutscenes are 30 FPS.
One day, you will face the judgment of your ancestors. One day.
Why did they say the cutscenes are pre-rendered? How can they be pre-rendered when
May your death benefit all.
when you choose a skin, it actually changes in cutscene?
Now's your chance.
Are you alright?
I'll live. What about you? Still hearing her?
No, she's dead. He overcame the poison or whatever it was. The drugs.
I'm sorry, Jin.
So am I.
Sounds like a celebration.
I mean, he couldn't have still been hearing the visions anyway because of the fact that,
I better check on Pune. Tell her the good news.
you know, you can play this campaign any
Go on.
moment after
join you later.
Act 1, right?
Don't wait too long. Jin.
Like, there's no way this is pre-rendered. Like, I'm seeing shit pop in. It's real time. So why the fuck are they lying in the blog post? Saying that the only reason they could do Japanese lip sync was because it was the power of the PS5's SSD, like, rendering in pre-rendered scenes faster. Shade for the dying. It was funny. It's like basically like the resistance leader, kind of. My father struggled to rise. My father's hand reaching up. My father's breath subsided. Life's sweet perfume fades. We at last from life. So, to the sky.
Shade for the dying. My father's breath subsiding. Soar into the sky.
Well, with the main game, we had a epilogue, right? So I assume there's going to be like some kind of epilogue. So in total, main campaign-wise for this was 3 hours. And this costs, well, I mean, 15 quid, I guess, is what it is. And plus, there's still the side, like, content to do. I mean, there's still a lot to see in the map. Right. Well, we'll go over here. So this took us about 3 hours? That's very short. I mean, to be fair, I did beeline it. Like, I didn't do any, like, side quests. I did a couple, though, to be fair. No, I didn't. I mean, I kind of did. I mean, like, I uncovered a bit of the map here. You know? Like, even if I was doing side quests, I still feel like I'd beat this within, like, 5-6 hours. I mean, me fighting her added a bit on. Like, that, a bit of time on. I mean, we're not done yet. There's still the epilogue, but I don't think that'll be long. Epilogues are usually pretty short. I say that as I was fighting the fucking uncle for how long in the main game? Like, this is what, like, the boss fights for Dark Souls would be like. It'd be me trying to figure out what their moves are and shit. But it'd be more difficult, because it's not like Ghost of Tsushima at all. You can't counter a boss. Well, you kind of can, but
You both look well.
most of the time the bosses are fucking massive.
Nice work, by the way.
Same to you. The Eagle tribe will lose their foothold here if we keep fighting.
Hear that, Fune? He said we.
Find me later, Sakai. I could use the help of a samurai who knows how to keep a secret.
Looks like you're healing up.
It only hurts when I laugh, so I should be fine around you.
You only laugh at your own jokes anyway.
But I'll never swing a blade like I used to.
No more robbing innocent merchants on the high seas.
Oh wait, are we fighting him?
How will you make yourself useful?
Too many people here still suffer from the Eagle's poison. There's no cure, but I can ease their pain. Maybe even help some recover. Like you.
The Eagle's medicine forced me to relive my father's death. Gave me another chance to avenge him.
What did you do?
I realized what I feared more than dying. Failing my father. For years I blamed myself for his death, and for choosing to live. So I forgave myself. And him.
And that cured you?
The darkness never leaves completely. But it recedes.
Maybe that's how to heal the others. Guide them through the memories. Help them face their fears.
I hope you're right. Years ago, I could never have imagined saying this, but I'm glad we met, Tenzo.
Never thought I'd do this either, but...
But what?
Jin.
What the fuck? Is that it?
I better head out soon.
What the
See
fuck?
if I can find more of the Eagle's victims. And get them the help they need.
That was it? What do you mean? Well, kind of a weird way to end like an epilogue. Would be like something a bit more epic. The first game had like a pretty epic epilogue with the uncle fighting the uncle. Yeah, now that I think about it, this is new. Archery challenge. That's new. Kind of new. It's not in the main game, is it? But I feel like half of these are the haiku shit, and then just like the... Oh, wait, what's this? Like dual plays. See, people aren't happy about the Horizon like upgrade path. It's actually ridiculous. I hate people who are defending it though. I can't understand why people are defending it. Oh, but you know, just get a PS5. No. They shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Oh, just get a PS5. Okay, how the fuck? Like, people can't get a PS5 right now. And then, you know, sure, the game shouldn't be a cross-gen title. But the fact that it is, I think they should offer at least some free upgrade. I don't agree with paying for upgrades, because you don't have to do that on PC, you know? And, yeah, again, you know, pricing for games, Sony's side specifically, and obviously some third-party developers and stuff, 70 quid. Yet, the same games, like Battlefield 2042 and Call of Duty Vanguard, are 50 quid on Steam. And I don't want to mention the fucking scums at Blizzard, but Blizzard on Blizzard.net or whatever it's called, the Blizzard like website. It's 50 quid for Call of Duty Vanguard and 50 quid for Battlefield on PC, but it's 70 on console. Why is that 20 quid increase? What does that 20 quid increase do? You know what I mean? Like, why is that a thing? improve it on PC, they can improve it themselves, can't on console. What do you mean? So they make people pay more money for ultra settings, basically? It's kind of dumb. Because I assume like PS5s are bound high to ultra. I mean, look at the Ghost of Tsushima DLC, that you know, the director's cut, should I say. Like, if you didn't own Ghost, you have to pay 70 for it, right? Because, it digitally anyway, because you can't buy Ghost of Tsushima anymore. Like, the only way to get it is the director's cut. If I search Ghost of Tsushima, you can't get like the standard PS4 edition anymore. They've locked that out. See, look. Like, it just says Ghost of Tsushima PS5 upgrade now because I've got the director's cut. Like, let me go on PlayStation Store on my PC, and then... Because I've already got the game installed, so it'll be weird to find. But if I... Yeah, look. If I pull it up on stream, I'm saying when it comes to improving the game visually. Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't think that should make you pay more, though. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it looks slightly better on console, but there's already multiple graphical settings. Yeah, but console basically just does like a graphical setting on PC. Like PS4, for instance, is like medium to high. And PS5 is probably ultra settings. Because, like, if Horizon Forbidden West comes to PC, which it might, there's a high chance it could, it's going to be 50 quid. I guarantee you it will be 50 quid. And then it'll come with everything in the game for one purchase. But with PlayStation people, they have to buy 2 different versions of the game. It's just weird. PC guys can mod stuff in. 50 or 60. Well, Days Gone was 40 quid. On PC. See, that's how you know it's bullshit. Because it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna release all games on PC for about 50 quid. But we're gonna add a DLC to an old game, Ghost of Tsushima, but we're gonna make you pay 30 quid for that. Like, what? To get the PS5 upgrade for that? It's like, huh? So that's nearly the same price as Days Gone on PC? Like, what the fuck? How does that translate? Their pricing is wrong. Like, it's just fundamentally fucked. Like, look at Death Stranding's pricing. Like, for the upgrade, for the director's cut, if you already have the PS4 version. 10 quid. That's good, because it's not, you're not paying for the upgrade, you're paying for the new content, but the upgrade is a part of that, for 10 quid. Ghost of Tsushima, on the other hand, it's about 15 quid for the expansion, or the DLC, then another 10 quid for the PS5 upgrade. Just for the PS5 upgrade, it's another 10 quid. And all the PS5 upgrade does is 4K resolution, and Japanese lip sync, and then haptic feedback and 3D audio. Like, it doesn't change the game visually, it doesn't do what Spider-Man Remastered does and add ray tracing in, it doesn't do anything that takes advantage of next-gen other than faster loading screens. Even though the game already loads fast anyway. But I agree, cross-gen games being 70 is not good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I was curious. Like, I was waiting for Horizon's pre-orders to go up and thinking, like, how much do you think it'll be? Is it going to be 70? Is it going to be 50? Because Miles was 50, Sackboy was about 60, you know? And then it's like, Horizon's 70. But if you want, like, the PS4 version, it's 6. So what makes it worth that extra 10 quid, though? They don't add any new content into the game. That's what baffles me. Like, oh yeah, so for the PS5 version, you have to pay an extra tenner. But why? Because the only difference is graphical settings and like haptic feedback shit and faster loading. But it's not. It's the same thing as getting a new version of a PC, for instance, like getting a new graphics card, getting a new SSD. But then you can access ultra settings. But what Sony are doing is like, oh no, you can't access these ultra settings because you need to pay for it. You know, you buy the console, but you can't get the ultra settings until you pay for the upgrade. That's a no. That's basically what they're doing. No other, like, what would you say? No other concept in gaming or no other, like, platforming gaming makes you pay for upgrades. Like, PC doesn't. Nintendo do some weird shit. Xbox doesn't. You know what I mean? Not really. You shouldn't have to pay for, like, cross-gen upgrades. You should get... Because you shouldn't have to buy a game twice. You know? Like... Especially... I'm talking specifically about people who have the PS4 and don't have a PS5 yet. They'd have to buy the game twice. You know what I mean? I'm paying 80 quid for Digital Deluxe Edition. It's ridiculous. But you know me. I understand next gen only being 70. I don't understand next gen only being 70. Because there's not been one game, I think, that's really been, whoa, this is next gen. Like, Ratchet & Clank's good. But I said with my review of Ratchet & Clank, it didn't do enough to warrant the SSD shit. Like, they were making a big deal out of it, but they only really utilised it, like, a couple of times at the beginning of the game. They never utilised it later on, properly. I think GTA 6 will wow you, I doubt it. Because what I've heard about GTA 6 doesn't sound good at all. Seems like they're half-arsing it. I don't give a shit about graphics, I've said this before. Like, you can have the shittest graphics I've ever seen, but if the gameplay's good, the gameplay's good. Right? I do point out, like, I do take jabs at games, like, oh, look at this, you know, like, fucking clipping through and shit. But that's like jabbing the game for how much it is, and then you've got issues like that in it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm paying 70 for Ratchet & Clank, and I almost got fucking soft-locked. Like, what the fuck? Like, when you... For 70 quid, you expect a polished fucking game. You don't expect just 50 quid games, basically, dearer. Because, I mean, Ratchet & Clank is the same as 2016, basically, except it's got polls, and it loads faster. You know, it's the same game, fundamentally. It just looks better. So you can't do much with fucking Ratchet & Clank, you know, as a gameplay concept, because they've all been very similar gameplay-wise. I haven't bought anything for 70. Good, don't. Because I'll tell you right now, it's not worth it. But, because I'm I do like streaming games and shit, I usually want to get the games streamed and started at launch, so I'm gonna have to get Horizon at launch and go and be a bit of a hypocrite there, but you know, I don't agree with the 70 price for any game. It's ridiculous. 50 was pushing it, I feel like, because no game, I think the only games that have been worth 50 is Last of Us, like Uncharted. Hell, I even think Ghost of Tsushima was worth 50. 50 was a nice, like, round number for games, I feel like. 70, like, we were talking about this last year, I think. We were saying, like, oh, I don't think they'd, like, increase the game prices in UK, right? And they fucking did. It went up 20 quid. Last of Us 2 was 50 quid. And that has so far has been better than any next-gen game that has come out. Like, Demon's Souls, while it is a good game, it's only a remake, you know? Like, Shadow of the Colossus didn't cost fucking 70 quid, did it? Like, imagine if that cost 70. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, how much was Shadow of the Colossus? Was it about 30? It was pretty cheap, wasn't it? It wasn't, like, too expensive. Horizon Forbidden West. I didn't get Horizon Zero Dawn at launch. I got it in 2018. 40 or 30, yeah. Like, Shadow of the Colossus, I think, for that price, it's worth it. You know, it's not too long of a game. It's not, it's Jim Ryan. I don't blame Herman at all for this. Because Herman's just in charge of, like, the division of games. Like, he's in charge of, like, how many games are being made. Jim's a marketing guy. So he's like, well, how do we make more money? I'm the CEO. How do we make more money? By being scummy fucks, that's how you make more money. I just don't agree with the tactic. And people defending it, it's just dumb. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, even the collector's edition, people are getting scummy on, like, they're getting scummy on that too. Like, the collector's edition doesn't even come with a physical copy. It's a digital copy. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, they give you, like, a steelbook case too, but they give you no physical disc. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Sony? Jesus. Like, think back a year ago, like, Destruction All-Stars was going to be 70 fucking quid. Imagine that. Like, we were almost in that world where that happened. But because of the backlash, like, it got, because people were, I talked about the pricing of it, and then they finally changed the pricing. So hopefully they do that from now on. Like, hopefully people fucking shit on them and say, free upgrades. If it's a cross-gen game, give us free upgrades. Right? Like, God of War is going to be a fucking cross-gen game. You know what I mean? How much is that going to be? Is that going to be 70? I mean, that might be worth 70, to be fair. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, by the way, what I've heard about GTA 6 is I think like the leaks or rumors came out about it saying that it'd be a kind of a live service kind of situation where they add on to the map throughout its life cycle. Instead of like a standard single player campaign, they'll just keep expanding on it, similar to like Halo Infinite or something. Which makes perfect sense, because Rockstar have gone so far downhill to what they used to be. They barely put effort into their... Well, I mean, I can't say they barely put effort into their games. The fucking attention to detail of their games is immaculate. I thought the online would be set, but yeah, they're doing the separate... they're making GTA Online standalone next month? Or November? It might be November. So when Expanded and Enhanced is coming out, they're releasing a standalone version of it. I'm also curious though, when GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced comes out, how big do you think it'll be, like, in terms of file size? It's about 80 gigs on PS4 right now. Maybe about 40, maybe? Could they really, like, decrease it by that much? Because they're splitting up online and single player, so that might take away a bit of space. So GTA 6 will have a campaign. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously like rumors about it being like a female protagonist and all that, and which is cool, I guess. You know, it's like the first time they've really done that. But the problem is what they're planning to do after like the campaign comes out. Like, that, it's not going to be a finished game when it releases. Basically, like, they're going to expand on it throughout the years. Like, kind of like Sea of Thieves, or, you know, Halo Infinite's doing that, or like Destiny, for instance. Do you know what they did with the load times in GTA? They got someone from like a mod team on PC to do it. I think like a modder on PC did it for them, or someone in the community did it for them. That's how incompetent fucking Rockstar are nowadays. You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus. Like, no more single-player DLCs. Like, where's the fucking Undead Nightmare? Where's, like, Lost and Damned, the Ballad of Gay Tony for, like, GTA 5 and shit? You know what I mean? Like, dude, they used to put so much effort into their DLCs and, like, content. Now it's just occasional GTA Online updates that are all the fucking same. Like, ooh, heists. Ooh. Like, Jesus. As long as it has a good campaign, I'll get it. I mean, Rockstar usually write decent stuff. It's just like towards the later half of the game they shit the bed. What the fuck? Yeah, Take-Two are doing scummy shit right now. I hate Take-Two. I've also seen a bunch of like idiotic fanboys too out there saying like, "Oh no, Xbox is gonna buy Take-Two," and I'm like, "What? Oh yeah, like the same Take-Two that said Game Pass wasn't profitable. All right, that's gonna work out, isn't it?" Like, what? I don't want Xbox to buy shit like that because it doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't agree with the Bethesda acquisition because it doesn't make any sense. Like buying just a publisher out of nowhere with no like signs or warning makes no sense. Sure, they've had kind of a partnership a little bit, but it's been very minor. It's not been big. It's kind of similar to what Rockstar and Sony have. You know, but Sony are never going to buy Rockstar. If they do, I'll be shocked. And I'll be kind of pissed off because like it's kind of unfair. I mean, Rockstar are like state-of-the-art developers. And like the reason their games are so successful is because they're multi-platform. Online's their main priority. I mean, GTA 4 had online and GTA Red Dead had online. But it wasn't like their main priority, it was just kind of there. PS2 and 3 era was the best. PS2 had obviously like Vice City, San Andreas, Bully. Am I missing one? Bully, San Andreas, Bully, GTA 3. Like, Vice City Stories was PSP, but they kind of did something with PS2 on that. GTA 4 had Ballad of Gay Tony and Lost and Damned. Red Dead 1 had Undead Nightmare. Red Dead Revolver was PS1, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. Oh no. It's PS2. I thought it was PS1. Hang on, wait. Capcom did Red Dead Revolver? What the fuck? No. Why does it say Capcom were attached to it? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, because it got funding from Capcom. That's interesting. That's funny. Red Dead Revolver was for PS2 and Xbox. It was also on PS4 technically, and PS3. Red Dead Revolver never came to PC. I mean, technically it kind of did come to PC, if emulation, right? But it's not the same thing. Neither did Red Dead 1. I hope the rumors about that fucking Red Dead remaster is true. I hope it's a good remaster though. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like half-assed, like you just, oh, we're gonna up the resolution. Up the frame rate, and that's all we're doing. Like, I want it to actually feel like a proper remaster. You know, similar to like the Call of Duty remasters, because they're good. They're good remasters, because they actually feel more like a remake than a remaster. Like, it's on the borderline between a remake and a remaster. Like, it doesn't change the game fundamentally, but it's enough to make it feel like a different experience, you know? Didn't come through a native port yet. If they're remastering games, then they might do Red Dead Revolver at some point. Because they're using Unreal Engine, right? That's like the rumor, right? That GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas are using Unreal Engine. So it has to be, like, graphically different, surely. Because Unreal Engine is nothing like what they used for San Andreas back in the day. So it has to be a completely different game in a way. So I'm excited. Maybe we'll get an announcement with the Sony showcase next week, which I will be streaming. But now that we beat Ghost of Tsushima, or the IKI DLC, I'll probably just play it in my own time and like do some of the side quests and shit. But I think the plan might be I need to like dedicate every day to like trying to do a Returnal run and then record it when I get to that boss. I think we might start Horizon next week. Not sure what day. I'll just next week potentially get a bit of a head start. We'll start Dying Light in like October, late October, around like Halloween. Yeah, they need to revamp the controls too because it was like what X to drive. Red Dead. Oh man, if Red Dead 1 gets a remaster. Then we're playing through Red Dead 2. We're playing through Red Dead 2 and then going straight into Red Dead 1. Or like playing Red Dead 2 to prepare for the Red Dead 1 remaster. I don't need to prepare for like the GTA remasters because like who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like there's nothing to prepare. They're their own like standalone story in a way. Like, people are shitting on Gorilla for this, like, you know, pre-ordering thing and the upgrade stuff and the collector's edition. Can you blame Gorilla? I guess you kind of can, but I feel like most of the blame goes on to Sony itself because they're the publisher. They're the ones who decide on the pricing and the upgrade stuff, right? That's down to the publisher. That's not really down to the developer. The developer doesn't have, like, a choice in that. Yeah, like Jim Ryan. Hope Furs is actually full of surprises. I mean, the way, like, obviously I sent you a tweet last night about, like, the Naughty Dog developer. I'm expecting, there has to be factions, right? Wonder if they'll do some juicy shit. Like, what if they'll, like, announce factions, and then alongside that they'll announce, like, The Last of Us Remake, and it'll be, like, a bundle. Or, like, it'll be Last of Us Remake, Last of Us, I don't want to say it, but The Last of Us 2 Director's Cut that includes like a huge DLC where it expands on Tommy's story in Seattle, right? And then you have Factions, which Factions launches on Outbreak Day at the end of September. That'll be a good day to release Factions, honestly. Like, they announce it, like, 2-3 weeks early, and then it comes out. Like, just out of nowhere. It'd be a nice bundle. I'm curious how much that would be, though. Last of Us Remake and just Factions. I'm curious when they release Factions, I'm curious how it'll be on PS4, if they're releasing it on PS4, which I think they will. But I'm just curious how it would be. Is it going to be 30 FPS? Is it going to be 60 on PS4? Because are they going to do that shit they did with Uncharted 4 where they lowered the resolution in the multiplayer? But the way they're talking about it, like, it's going to be a cinematic experience. I guarantee it'll be the WLF and the Seraphites, and we'll get to see the lore and, like, the backstory of them before Ellie and Abby showed up. Or Ellie showed up, in a way. And we could see, oh, dude, it'd be so fucking sick. Like, you're playing as a WLF, and you see, like, Easter eggs, like, oh shit, Ellie's been here. This is where Ellie was on day 2 or whatever. You know, shit like that. It'd be so cool. And, like, you go into the hospital or something, and, like, the Vat King's dead. And then, like, maybe you're on the island fighting, like, when the flames and everything, and maybe you continue the story after that. They could just expand on it, like, expand on the world of The Last of Us. Like, it doesn't have to be strictly WLF and Seraphites. You could do, like, Fireflies and Hunters and, like, go back in time and just play around with it and do expansions and shit. Like, obviously they're going to make it a live service game, which is fine for a multiplayer game, but, dude, they could do so much with it. Maybe, like, a DayZ kind of mode where you go through, like, I don't know, Seattle or something, you pick up supplies and you just, like, have these cool fucking encounters with other survivors and stuff. Or they have, like, a Battle Royale, because I think a Battle Royale could work pretty well in Last of Us. Like, just in, like, Seattle, right? Because they built Seattle very well in the game. Like, the foundation of Seattle in Last of Us 2, obviously they borrowed assets from Infamous Second Son to kind of, like, help them understand, like, the architecture of Seattle. Like, when you're playing for Last of Us 2, like, Seattle feels expansive, you know what I mean? It feels like they had a lot of detail in that world. So it makes you think, wonder why they did that. Did they do it because of Factions? Because Factions can't be this standard competitive mode that, like, what it was in the first game. It has to be much more because it's took them so long, right? It took them, what? I mean, I guess over a year, right? Like, I'm expecting, like a story, Battle Royale, like, maybe, like, a DayZ mode, like a Horde survival mode, Just a shit ton of stuff to make it feel like unique and good. Maybe some buffs to like the Molotovs and stuff, because the Molotovs were pretty nerfed in Last of Us 2. And then maybe we'll get... I think we'll get a God of War like gameplay reveal. Oh, dude, I can't wait to see it. Hopefully we get a release date too. Ooh. I think do you think they'll do an April release date? I think they'll do an April release date. Like similar to God of War back in, God of War 4. I think they'll do a 2018 release. Not fucking 2018 release. An April, like... 20th release date, I guess. Like, when would... We have to look at Tuesday and Fridays in April of 2022. The 5th. The 8th. 12th. The 15th. 19th. 22nd. I could see the 22nd of April 2022. God of War being released. And obviously you got Gran Turismo 7, which I don't really care about because it's a racing game. I don't really give two fucks. See, I'm reading people's like take on the like Horizon thing. So many people are so dumb. Like when I'm asking for a free upgrade, I'm not being like, oh, I should be entitled to that. Technically, you should be, because once you buy something, you should technically get the better version of that for free. Because if PC don't have to pay for ultra settings, why do we? You know what I'm saying? Like. And it's like, oh no, do you think these games are made out of, this and that? And it's like these developers need to be paid. And it's like, yeah, obviously. But you're buying the game anyway. You know what I mean? If you get the PS4 version of the game, you're buying it. They're still getting money. You know what I mean? Like, the upgrade should just be free. That's it. You give them like fucking 70 based off that alone, or 60 based off that alone, buying the game. The upgrade itself should be free. There should not be a paid upgrade, unless it's an upgrade where it adds a shit ton of new content to the game. You know what I mean? Because then that's actually, oh shit, okay, it's adding more to the game, that's worth the price. But if it's just graphical options and like haptic feedback and like miscellaneous shit like SSD speed, why the fuck would you pay for that? It's ridiculous. Because that's all like most of the PS5 upgrades are. It's just SSD stuff, like graphical shit. You know? Yeah, I knew that. I knew about the Yuri Watanabe and Yuri. What's Lowenthal? I can't remember his name. The guy who plays fucking Spider-Man. Yuri voiced Spider-Man, and he's the husband to the woman who plays Yuri in Spider-Man. It's fucking confusing. Yuri married Yuri. I mean, we knew. I think we knew that like when the game came out. I think. Okay, so like MBG says that Jim Ryan, when talking about Horizon Forbidden West coming to PS4, obviously I've pointed this out. I pointed this out yesterday. No one should be disappointed. We have an upgrade path for PS4 users to get the PS5 versions for free. Right? And then people say, like, people defending the decision. I don't understand it. I just genuinely don't understand it. If this means devs get paid proper for their work on 2 platforms, I'm for it. No one cares when COD does it. We want capitalism, but not for video games. Pay for your goods and services. Yeah, but that's COD. Like, I expect better from Sony. You know what I mean? Like, Call of Duty. I mean, to be fair, COD offers an upgrade path, though, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure. Like, Horizon, there's no upgrade path. I've never agreed with the 70 price. I'm just reading like a lot. Let me pull it up. I'm just reading like a lot of like what everyone's saying here in this like thread. Like, you act like they don't give us these games for free on PS Plus, but they don't. Like, it's a new game. They wouldn't put that on PS Plus. Like, that, what a fucking dumb comparison that is. And they're technically not free, because you have to have PS Plus to get them. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not like every PS4 exclusive is on PS Plus collection anyway. Like, the order isn't on there. The fucking, you know what I mean? Like, and the only time they do that is after a couple of years. Yeah, they get super cheap after a few months. Not necessarily, not on PlayStation Store, they don't. They're still pretty expensive on PlayStation Store. Like Demon's Souls is still like about 50 quid. You know what I mean? Like, Last of Us 2 was cheap pretty fast. Same thing with Ghost of Tsushima. That was like 30 quid. But at the end of the day, like Jake points out, they literally lied. Yeah, here we go. Weak argument. Do we actually get Sony's big AAA exclusive on PS Plus? I mean, sometimes. It depends. Most of the times it's third-party shit. Jim should be sacked with all the bullshit that has happened since he took over. I mean, who would sack him, though? Who's higher than him? Isn't it, oh, what's his name? The fucking Sony CEO. Not like the Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO. Like, Jim Ryan's the Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO, but the actual CEO of Sony. He could probably sack him. You see, this is the problem. Every time someone talks about Xbox, it always comes back to this. Fucking Game Pass. Like, what is that only thing Xbox has going for it? Game Pass? Like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really enjoying Psychonauts 2. Okay, that's on PS4 and Xbox One, so it's not a next-gen game. Doom Eternal, that came out a fucking year ago. Flight Sim came out a year ago on PC. Death's Door, I've heard that's good. Ascent, I've heard that's good too. But they're not. I don't think they're next-gen games either. So you don't even need an Xbox for that. Hell, you don't even need an Xbox at all because you can. All the games launch on PC, and they're doing the cloud thing now, right? He was talking about Spider-Man Miles Morales on launch games coming to PS4. His comments were also made a year ago when we didn't have a launch window for Forbidden West. He wasn't talking about Spider-Man though. Because in that interview, he's talking about Horizon, Miles, and Sackboy. Because that's what they announced after the showcase, and he was like, oh, no one should be disappointed. We have an upgrade path for PS4 users to get the PS5 versions for free. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't say anything about, oh, you know, it's just Miles. Why are people defending it? Kanashori Yoshida. Yeah, that's it. Kanichiro. From PC to Crash Center lying about free games, making games for Xbox. Is a Sony CEO from putting games on PC to making Crash Center last forever, to lying about free upgrades, to making games for Xbox, to making... What games did they make for Xbox? I guess MLB, but they had no control of that. And who gives a fuck about MLB? It's a yearly fucking sports game. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck? Only idiots buy yearly sports games. Jesus. Fuck that. They don't even change anything. It's just copy and paste from the previous game. Even though Sony are behind that game, you know it's copy and paste. They just changed the roster for the teams. I mean, I kind of agree with this take, but the game should have been just for the PS5 and never gone to the PS4, and that would have saved all the anger. True. But then if it was a PS5 exclusive, it'd be like 70 quid. Like, I think no game should be worth 70, because no game has proved itself to be worth 70. And people will lie out their ass just to make them feel validated that it's worth 70. But I've played the games that are worth 70, and I'm going to tell you right here, right now, they are not worth that price. Ratchet & Clank wasn't worth 70. Demon's Souls wasn't worth 70. Like, while it looks visually impressive, you can't just base visuals on a price tag, because that's ridiculous. Like, Last of Us 2 looks better than some PS5 games nowadays. You know what I mean? Even if it's just a sports game, how much were they worth? I don't know. Probably not a lot. I mean, I don't know, FIFA sells a shit ton, doesn't it? Fucking FIFA, like, as if that still sells. I mean, I'm not defending their business practices, but they said they would have an upgrade path, which they do. They never specified that the standard edition would have an upgrade path. What? Don't let this be a once-in-a-blue-moon occasion to point out how fucked up Sony's business practices is. What was the marketing for PlayStation, for PS5 again? It was players no limit, right? I'm seeing a lot of limits and limitations what Sony are doing this generation. Like, upping game prices so people who, you know, can't afford, like, to get can barely just afford to get games, like, at 50, are now never going to be able to buy a game at 70. You know what I mean? Like, 70's a lot of fucking money. Like, it's a lot for a game. That's pushing it. That, like, no game has ever been like, oh yeah, this is worth 70. You know what I mean? Like, I'd never say that. I prefer Greatness Await for the players. Players no limits. Like people troll about the, like, oh, pay has no limits. You know? But it's legit true. Like, everything Sony are doing this generation, you either have to pay for, or it's just ridiculously priced. You know what I mean? It's like, do they even think about the pricing before they fucking do it? Like, we're never going to see like a 30 quid, 40 quid like PlayStation game ever again, you know? You know what I mean? Maybe on the smaller like indie titles, but we're never going to see like a Shadow of the Colossus for like 30, 40 quid, you know? Like, if they do a remake of a game that's like a dead old game, that's going to be 70 fucking quid. Yeah, I know games were 60 and 70 back in the day, but last generation proved that games and developers half-arse their products and release in unfinished fucking states. At least back in the day, they somewhat released in a finished state. Nowadays, they don't. So, why should I have to pay 70 for a half-baked product? You know what I mean? Like, look at Halo Infinite. For fuck, I mean, Halo Infinite isn't 70 and it is on Game Pass and it is like a multiplayer game. But, like, if Halo Infinite wasn't on Game Pass and it was 70, who the fuck would buy that for 70 quid? You know? Like, oh yeah, it doesn't come with co-op campaign or Forge, even though, like, Halo 5 didn't. But it's like half of what made Halo good. Like, co-op campaign was the shit. Forge is fucking great too. Like, I feel like most games back in the day were finished. Nowadays, like, games have to release with day one patches or fucking stupid shit like that. And it's like, why am I paying 70 for this? If you're not even going to get the game polished by launch, you know? And you have the audacity to delay it too. You delay it, and then it still releases unfinished. Cyberpunk. Yeah, since they had no way to patch it. But doesn't that prove the point, though? Like, they had no way to patch it back in the day, so they actually put more effort into it. Now they just release it like it's a pile of shit, and then just like, oh, we'll fix it later. Like, dude. Like, at least back in the day, I feel like back in the day, the games were actually worth the price they were going up for. But also, back in the day, gaming was still fairly new. You know what I mean? It was somewhat expensive to make games back then, right? I mean, it still is. But games make a lot more money than they did back then, should I say. Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, gaming was fairly new back then. It was more of a risk. Nowadays, it's a very popular medium. So you can get money back much faster. So, making games 70, like, is there an actual reason for it? What did they even say? Maybe these devs need the patching and fixing options gone so they can start taking things seriously? They won't. Let me, hang on. Let me just search up, like, PS5, Jim Ryan, 70 quid. 70 dollar games. Like, I'm curious what he said about this. He says it's a fair price. He says it's a fair price. It's not a fucking fair price. Jim Ryan believes, the same Jim Ryan that said that Horizon Forbidden West upgrade would be free. But the thing that doesn't translate, how the fuck does it translate to 70 quid? $70 is not 70 quid in UK. That's like, honestly, I think that's 50 quid. It might be 60, actually. It's a fair price for PS5 games, such as the Demon's Souls remake, given the hours of entertainment they provide. But, you know the big but here? Hours of entertainment they provide? Jim, you fucking idiotic motherfucker. Let me show you this piece of shit right here. Where the fuck is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart? Like, I do replay games, but this is ridiculous. Him saying that, no. Is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Where is it? Trophies. Ratchet and Clank. No, wait. Profile. Games. 18 hours. And I've platinumed it. That Dark Souls remasters isn't right. I swear it changes based on, like, the save file you use. I think it does, it must. It was 16 hours in Ground Zeroes? Hey. Like 31 hours in Demon's Souls. Is that right? Well, technically, I mean, but it's like, oh yeah, we'll make you pay 70 for Demon Souls, but you could have the same amount of hours in Dark Souls 1. You know what I mean? Like, oh, the hours of entertainment games provide, but it doesn't matter if it's a next-gen game or a last-gen game. You know what I mean? You can still get hours of entertainment out of a last-gen game that costs 50 at launch. You know what I mean? The reasoning doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, 18 hours! 18 hours! Last of Us 2 was like, fuck it, it took me like 22, 23 hours to beat. And that was 50 fucking quid. Like, I probably beat Rift Apart in maybe 14 hours and then 4 hours for the platinum. Right? Like, if I look at my streams for Rift Apart, okay, 3 hours, 5 hours. Hang on, wait. I swear it tells you like how long it is. Like, is there a way to like do that in the playlist? Because it sometimes tells you playlist settings. Is there not? Oh. Also, yeah, don't forget though, like them streams probably don't add up properly because it's like at the end of the stream I always talk for a little bit. Like, the final stream's about 5 hours, but I remember we talked Ratchet and Clank for about 2 hours or something like that. So it's probably around 10, 11 hours, honestly. I'm starting to think Jim Ryan wants to make as much money as possible, even if it means overcharging and damaging the brand image. He's a I said it, he's a marketer. He's a sales guy. He's not a strategic fucking dude. Like, if I was the CEO of, like, you know, PlayStation, I'd be fair to gamers. I'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to make you overpay for games. Because at the end of the day, price is subjective and playtime is subjective too. Like, if people are paying 70 quid for a game, but if they don't like it, you know what I mean? Or if they beat it fast, then did they get what they paid for? You know what I mean? Like, people are shitting on Sony games based off the fact that, you know, like, oh yeah, it's 70 quid for like 5 to 6 hour experience. And it's facts though. Like, what they're saying is true. Like, Ratchet and Clank, I've just done the estimate there of like how long I was streaming it for, minus like removing the intro and removing like the outro of when we're talking for a little bit. It's around maybe 8 to 9 hours for 70 fucking quid. 8 to 9 hours for 70 quid. That's like 3 movies, and do you know how much that costs? Like, probably like 20 quid. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. I'm not saying like Sony games are movies, but like I'm comparing it to like movie prices, which is a fair way to do it. Because, you know, like Sony games do feel like fucking like movies, like on that scale. You know, they feel that polished and that good. Well, polished is a loose term because some of them don't release polished. Because fucking Miles Morales, you could fly around as a fucking lamp. I don't even know what caused that. Like Returnal, we got 13 hours in that, right? But that's solely based on the fact that the game is literally designed for you to die and then replay it. You know what I mean? So if you beat it first try, that's probably around 5 hours. You know? I'm sure getting the platinum, but like not everyone wants to hunt up for a platinum, and sometimes it can be tedious and grindy. Like, look at that. Look at my play hours in Last of Us 2. Look at that. 104 hours. And I paid 50 for that. So Jim Ryan, don't fucking come out here and say, oh, you know, for the hours of entertainment games provided, it should be 70 quid. 104 hours for 50 quid right there. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, I've got 24 hours out of Resident Evil. And that was 50 fucking quid. I've got more hours in a game that was 50 quid versus a game that was 70 quid. What does that tell you? The only game that I've got more time in is Demon Souls. Like, Returnal, sure, I haven't beat Returnal yet. 13 hours, but I've got 24 in Resident Evil. You know? Or, you know, Ratchet and Clank, 18 hours for Ratchet and Clank, but 24 in Resident Evil. 22 in Resident Evil 7. I don't know why there's different versions of Resident Evil there. 392 hours in that. Like, 23 hours in Ratchet and Clank. Like, yo, no. Fuck right off. Do you not see the problem here? I've not even platinum Ratchet and Clank 2016, but I've got 23 hours in the game. I've got 18 in Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and I've platinumed it. And that was 70 fucking quid. This is the problem with the 70 price games. It can't just be, oh, playtime, because that's not how it works. 104 hours in Last of Us 2. Platinumed it. And I still like reinstall it and play it like every now and again because I fucking love the game, right? But I paid 50 for that. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, I paid fucking 70 for, and I've platinumed it in 18 hours. Ratchet and Clank 2016, I've got 23 hours in it, and I haven't even platinumed it. Like, what is this shit? 81 hours in fucking Rocket League, and that's free to play. You know what I mean? It wasn't free to play when I platinumed it, but I've got 33 hours in Dark Souls 3. Like, 105 hours in, like, 659 in GTA 5. Like, I don't understand. I genuinely, 15 hours in fucking Little Nightmares. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? 153 hours in Last of Us Remastered. And I still haven't platinumed that because they've got fucking online trophies. I hate online trophies. Like, Destruction All-Stars. 5 hours. That's how you know I didn't fucking like that game. 5 hours. Lost Legacy. Why have I... Yeah, 7 hours for Lost Legacy. And I've still got to platinum that. I want to go back and platinum that, actually. Like... 16 hours in Metro Exodus. You know? Fucking... Cyberpunk! I've got more hours in Cyberpunk 2077 than I do Returnal. And I paid 50... Well, actually, I didn't pay 50 for that. I got that for pretty fucking cheap. But look at this. Miles Morales, 19 hours. 19 hours. And I've platinumed it. Right? 19 hours, platinumed it. And that was 50 quid. Versus Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which was 70, 18 hours and platinumed it. Hey, like, Astro's Playroom, I mean, 4 hours. I mean, the game's free, right? It's a short little, like, tech demo. 62 hours in Days Gone. I don't think that's right about Spider-Man. It can't be. There's no way. I've played through the game like 4 times. There's no way that's right. I swear it changes based on... like, save file. Like, I've platinumed it too. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. Now this has pissed me off even more now, because if that is true, if I've only got 18 hours in, which can't be true at all, because the main game's like 15 hours anyway. That can't be true. But if this is true, if it is, which it highly isn't, 18 hours in Marvel Spider-Man, there's no way it can be true, but 18 hours in that, platinumed it. That's on par with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Spider-Man was 50 quid. Horizon, 21 hours in that. And I've nowhere near beat it. I got fucking lost in the open world. Infamous Second Son, 18 hours in that. Don't worry about that. 12 hours in Shadow of the Colossus. You know what I mean? Like, Alien Isolation... Jesus, I had a fucking struggle there. Alien Isolation, 16 hours in that. 33 hours in Outlast. God of War... That can't be right either. That's fucking bullshit. Like, I don't know what's going on there. 124 hours in Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection. Platinumed all 3 of the games. I don't know why it only comes up with Uncharted 3, but Uncharted 4, 48 hours. Got platinum that still. Doom Eternal, 19 hours in that. Still need to upload that. 32 hours in Modern Warfare Remastered. Platinum that. Resident Evil 3. I mean, that total play hour there, that 4 hours there, that's the whole game right there. That's how long fucking Resident Evil 3 Remake is. Division, Doom 2016, 12 hours. Like, obviously I'm, like, Witcher Wild Hunt, 44 hours. Fucking Battlefield 4, 215 hours. 50 quid. They can't be based solely on, like, oh, you know, like, the fucking pricing. Like, in a new interview with The Telegraph, Ryan defended the next-gen game price hike, particularly as it affects UK buyers who face an even steeper markup at 70 quid. See, like what I said, like it goes up like 20 quid here. Yes, I do consider it fair, he said. If you measure the hours of entertainment provided by video games, such as Demon Souls, compared to any form of entertainment, I think that's a very straightforward comparison to draw. But I've just debunked his point. That's what he said. Like, let me pull it up. I actually kind of want to tweet about this, right? Because it's kind of weird, right? So if I, all right, no, wait. So Jim Ryan saying, you know, back with the 70 price games. He defended the next-gen game price hike, particularly as it affects UK buyers who face an even steeper markup at 70 quid, which went up 20 quid from 50 to 70 here. He considers it fair because if you measure the hours of entertainment provided by video games such as Demon Souls compared to any form of entertainment, I think that's a very straightforward comparison to draw. However, Jim, let me pull this up, you fucking dingling, right? Here we go. This is where you're gonna get your mind blown. Right here. I've had more hours of entertainment in games that cost 50 quid than 70. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Platinum that in 18 hours. Right, here we go. You ready for this? You ready for this? Ratchet and Clank 2016. 23 hours in that game. And guess what? I haven't even platinumed it. I've had more hours in 2016. Sure, it's been out longer. But it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, I once I've platinumed the game, I genuinely really have no reason to go back to it, other than like, oh, if I'm preparing for the next game coming out, or if I'm really bored and I just want to play through it again, right? Like, I have no incentive to go back to this. Like, a game that cost 50, 104 hours, platinumed it, and I'm still going back to it to this day. Obviously, it says 3 months ago, but still. Resident Evil Village, 50 quid. 24 hours in that, haven't even platinumed it. You know what I mean? Like, I keep coming back to the same point, but it's just, ugh. It pisses me off. This is evidence that the 70 price tag is bullshit. Marvel Spider-Man, I don't think that's right, but it says 18 hours and I platinumed it. I don't think so. That can't be right. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn, 21 hours in that. Haven't even platinumed it. 12 hours in Shadow of the Colossus. I played Injustice like a year ago. Like, I think some of these can't be right. There's no way I've got God of War at 25 hours. I've played through the game like 4 times. There's no way. I also still haven't beat the Valkyries either. I've not even played the remaster, honestly. I didn't play the remaster of God of War 3. Because I've already played the game, you know what I mean? I had no reason to, like, go back to it. But maybe, you know, preparation for Ragnarok will hop on there. I could try Nathan Drake Collection. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel on the price tag for these games, man. Spider-Man 2. I don't think Spider-Man 2 will get. If it gets announced, I'll be shocked. Like, Is Kojima going to announce a new game? Wait, is that? I thought that was Remedy's logo there. I was like, what the fuck? Who is this developer? Product manager? Okay. Might be one of the best looking games ever. I've heard Origins is good though, to be fair. But I heard the map's way too big. What the fuck, Rick and Morty? Like that's Doc Branded. Summary of what happened yesterday. With all the feature news being released ahead of FIFA 22's arrival, there is unfortunately some bad news as well. This applies to Xbox One and users hoping to upgrade to next gen version of the game. It's in the list of pre-order bonuses for the standard and ultimate edition of the standard. Is not included with the standard edition. Yeah, but this is EA. Like, I mean, and plus I don't give a fuck. Like FIFA, I don't care. If you play FIFA anyway, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But this shit, this is dumb. I like Sony. Like this is dumb. Like, it's dumb for FIFA too. I don't care. Like it is dumb for FIFA, but I just don't give a shit because it's FIFA, right? But for games I give a shit about, I just don't think this should be a thing. Like it shouldn't even be cross-gen for one. They shouldn't even cost $70 for one, and they also should be a free upgrade pass. Like does it sound dumb to say it like that? Because it might sound entitled, but you surely are entitled to it. Like. Why the fuck do these companies have to, like, why are they being scummy? They don't need the money. You know what I mean? Like, they don't need the money. Like, they're getting the money anyway. Like, even if you get the PS4 version or PS5 version, it doesn't matter. They're getting your money no matter what. So why do you have to pay for the upgrade again? You know what I mean? It just makes no sense. Oh yeah, I'm going to buy the game on PS4, but then I'm going to have to pay for the upgrade even though you've already got my money out of the game. You know what I mean? Like, oh, these developers need our support, but it's like, okay, they get it. When I buy the game, I shouldn't have to upgrade it, pay for an upgrade. If PC players don't have to do that, why the fuck the console players have to do that? And yet again, with a price tag, why the fuck is Battlefield 2042 and Call of Duty Vanguard 50 quid on PC, but 70 on fucking console? They're the same game. Yet again, horse shit. Fuck off, Sony. Fucking had enough of it. Difference is, though, you can't compare that. There's a difference now with this gen. Backwards compatibility. That's why I feel like the upgrade should be free, because it's like, I mean, if backwards compatibility is a thing, why do you... You know what I mean? Just weird. Like, backwards compatibility wasn't a thing for PS3 to 4, so they had to make like an actual new version of the game, you know? But with the PS4 to 5, like, evident from Last of Us, right, and evident from a lot of other games, they can just patch it and like add shit into it. Make faster loading times through a patch. They can do that. They can do that. Right? Or just create a native PS5 version that takes advantage of the PS5's feature. But if you already own the game, you get it for free. Because it's just the PS5 version, like, to unlock all the bells and the whistles of the PS5, but you get it for free because you already own the game. You shouldn't have to pay for the same game twice just based on a few extra features. It's dumb. It's dumb. Like, it's genuinely stupid. I hate people that are defending it. Like Uma, you can't defend this. Like, you know, you can't. There's nothing to defend. Like, the 70 price tag. I mean, you can't really say much about the 70 price tag because, you know, you said it yourself, you haven't bought a game for 70. But once you have, you'll realize that, okay, this is no different from games last gen, you know? Other than, like, some, you know, the bells and whistles of the SSD and next gen stuff. At the end of the day, I mean, that's expected. Obviously, it's going to get better. Like, games are going to get visually better. They're going to get, you know, like, frame rate is going to get better. Like, they're going to have faster loading times. Obviously, that's expected for this generation. We shouldn't have to pay an upgrade fee for that alone. Should you get Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West Day 1? Maybe wait see what happens with maybe not. Like, I don't think the price will go down. I don't think the 70 will go down, but maybe wait to see if they announce anything or like say anything about the upgrade path or anything like that, or maybe just don't pre-order. Like the only reason I pre-order, and I don't even pre-order like months before because I'm not an idiot. You know, like I pre-order like a week before launch because it's like at least it's not guaranteed to be fucking delayed. You know, like pre-ordering like as soon as the game's announced to go up for pre-order is just dumb. We have a higher... yeah, see, this is the problem, though. Like, this guy nails it here. Even though he's not, like, doing what I'm going to say, he's not saying what I'm saying here, but we have a higher standard of Sony. We know EA is trash. But that's the point. If Sony are going down to the levels that the EA are doing, with the fucking separating, like, different versions of the game for, like, higher prices and shit, if Sony are doing the same thing as fucking EA, then Jesus Christ, you know it's fucked. You know it's fucked if they're doing the same thing as fucking EA. I don't understand how people can defend it. I genuinely don't. You're an idiot if you're defending it. Like, there's no genuine reason to defend this shit. It's scummy as fuck. Stop defending corporations just because they make games that you like. Okay? You can criticize a company. It's not hard. You know? Companies don't love you. They don't care about you. They all want your money. So if you fucking... without us, without the consumers, they wouldn't even exist. So fucking criticize them. Shit on them. Right? People don't think about that, how important a consumer is to a company's product. We're so important, so fucking treat us as respectfully. If you don't treat us with respect, you can fuck off. You know what I mean? Simple move will be to get rid of Jim Ryan. Sure. Right? If we demand Jim Ryan to be fired, then boom. Sorted. Right? So as consumers, we need to stand up against this shit. Because without us, Sony wouldn't be a thing. Right? And that's facts. You know, that without us buying their games, where would they be today? They wouldn't be anywhere. They'd be gone. So don't be scummy to your consumers. Because without us, you'd be done for. Honestly, I would love, not just to see him get fired, but I would love to see him actually like go into an actual like community podcast thing. You know what I mean? And talk to the community. You know? Because that's what I'd do. Like as a CEO, that's what I'd look at what gamers want. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do like what Xbox is doing with Game Pass because it's like it's not sustainable, right? But I'd listen to like what the consumers have to say and just be like, okay, like what do you think we should do with game prices? Do you think upgrades should be free? Should you do this? But then even if they give me feedback and say, no, we'll pay for the upgrade fee, and I'm like, no, I don't agree with that. Because like you pay for the game once, you should get the game forever, unless we do like a remaster or a remake and we add new content to the game. You should have to pay for that because it's new stuff. But for an upgrade, it should be free because it's the same game. It just looks better, right? And I know, like, sure, it happened last gen, right? Sure, and we didn't complain last gen. But the difference, it's this thing I said, backwards compatibility is a thing now. It wasn't last gen. So there's less of a reason to make you pay for upgrades. And evident from the Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, like I showed you that image where it looks barely any different graphically. And they're making people pay 30 for that. You know what I mean? And it's already 60 FPS on PS5 anyway with the PS4 version. It loads fast still. So it's not even worth it. Like, even Digital Foundry, sure, like, you might argue, like, oh, they're being paid by Microsoft, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, what they said in that Ghost of Tsushima breakdown was facts. Like, it was all facts. Like, it doesn't seem like they've done a lot of effort to make it an actual PS5 version, you know? Hmm. Oh, Medium's out today? Oh yeah, it's September 3rd, isn't it? Also, pre-orders went live early for Horizon, didn't he? Because I remember they said up to September 3rd, didn't he? And then they just released pre-orders last night. Weird. I also hated, you know that their event last year, the future. They called it the future of gaming, yet they showed cross-gen games. Like genius fucking marketing strategy there, Sony. The future of gaming, yet all we're gonna show is fucking cross-gen games. Nice. And I mean, they did show like Demon Souls and stuff, but eh. Hogwarts Legacy. Do you think they'll show that? They could show that. I'm just trying to see, like, oh, bring back Gazera and Andrew House. Not even just I feel like you know what? Make Corey Barlog the CEO of Sony. Have someone who's been behind the lines and made the games themselves and understand what consumers want. You know what I mean? Like, Jim Ryan just seems more like a suit than he does like an actual like gamer and consumer. Like, Phil Spencer has that kind of going for him. While I don't like Phil Spencer and I do think he lies a lot and he's a hypocrite, I do think he has that side of him that's like, okay, you can see he's a gamer, right? He understands from a certain standpoint, like from that point of view, right? Have Corey or like fucking Neil Druckmann be the CEO. Someone who understands properly. You know? Oh, hell, just bring Sean Layden back. Like, dude, Sean Layden's fucking like E3 conferences were the shit. They were fucking like the 2016 one was so fucking good. It was like back to back crazy shit. You had a Spider-Man announcement. Then you have fucking God of War popping up right at the beginning. You have Bear McQuarrie fucking playing the God of War soundtrack live in the fucking, what was it, like the theater? I guess it was a theater, right? It was so good. But like I don't know, man. Like, it's just weird. Fucking LEDs going off. You think Will had anything to do with the decision, Hollow on Sony and PlayStation? Yeah, but I think the only way to get through to him would be through Gorilla, because Sony don't fucking listen. You know what I mean? Shuhei or Mark Cerny? I don't think Mark Cerny would be CEO. He's more of a, you know what I mean? He's like an engineer. He doesn't. I don't think he'd want to get involved with the CEO kind of business. But Corey, granted, you know, he is a developer and he's a director of the game, some of the games and stuff. Like, and that's the passion, you know. I don't think he'd want to be a CEO. It has to be someone. I'd do it. I'd fucking do it. Honestly, I would genuinely be willing to like be the CEO of Sony. Obviously, it's not gonna happen, but I'd totally do it just to fucking fix the company and set them fucking straight. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? So the first thing I'll do, if I became like the CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, the first thing I do, fucking decrease game prices. They're going down. 50 quid. True. But it depends on like the background, you know, like Mark Cerny might not want to do that, you know. But I'd be like, the first thing I'm doing as CEO of Sony is game prices are no longer 70, they're gonna be 50. So it'd be like $60 in US. And then I'd say like every upgrade path for cross-gen games would be free, just to be fair to the consumer, because at the end of the day, like, PC players don't have to buy a game twice, you know? Let's stop the PC ports. what I'd do, I'd say like, okay, PC port thing. Maybe I'd do that too, honestly. Because it's like I'd probably do the PC port thing too, but only for the single player games. For multiplayer, I think it'd do better if it was on PC too. Single player, console only. Multiplayer, PC. But it'd be a time thing, so it would be like a multiplayer game would be like console exclusive for like 6 months, 3 months. Actually, maybe not even that long, because like that a multiplayer game can die that fast. To be fair. Like, imagine, like, Last of Us Factions is 70 quid for a multiplayer-only title. Sure, it'll have, like, a lot of shit in it, but I don't know, dude. And then it releases on PC and it's 50 quid on PC. What would you do? Like, I'd fucking lose my shit. I mean, I understand the point that people are making about the collector's edition with Horizon. It makes sense. Like people with a digital PS5, right? Yeah, sure, you have to consider them. But surely they'd be you should have an option when you're buying the collector's edition, right? Collector's edition, digital PS5 or digital or physical copy. You know what I mean? You get the digital version if you've got the digital PS5, or the physical copy if you've got a disc PS5. You know what I mean? Well, Gran Turismo is doing well. That is an MP-centric game. True, but it depends on the game. Like, digital only, like a digital only, like surely there'd be a checkout thing, you know? Like, usually, like, Dying Light gives you an option, like collector's edition. Do you want a digital copy or do you want a physical copy? You know, like, why the fuck can't Sony do that? You dumb shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is there not a physical copy and digital copy of Horizon? Right? For the collector's edition. Like, why can't you, like, change that based on the checkout? What are we... Oh, yeah. I was wondering, like, what was on then? I'm just looking through, like, what people are saying. Oh, yeah, 90. See, you've also got to think of other prices in other countries, too. Like, it's not just here the prices are bad. Like, it's 70 quid. That's pushing it for games. It's pushing it. Especially since, like, no next-gen games give me the same amount of time as a last-gen game. Right? Or the same amount of entertainment. Like, I feel like I've been more entertained with Last of Us 2, even though that was a pressing-ass game, than I did in any of the next-gen games. And you can tell that just by the way I am about the games. Like, I'm streaming them, and you can tell I'm not really, like, in it. Like, I'm not really immersed in the story or anything. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, Last of Us pulled me in. Like, I was fucking, like, my mouth was wide open for, like, most of the game. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was shocked with the shit they did in Last of Us 2. Like, look at that. Like, that's ridiculous. Minimum wage is that much. Actually, is that good though? I don't know Brazilian like currency. Fucking took a brain fart there. I love the detail of paying €200 and not having the game in physical format. Amazing. Yeah, like they call it a collector's edition, yet you don't get a physical copy. That's kind of contradictory, isn't it? 2 years ago, I remember hearing Sony would be going all in on exclusives for PS5, and yet here they are putting exclusives on PC. I mean, they're putting PS4 exclusives on PC, but is what it is. I mean, if they follow Xbox's route with just bringing their games to PC day one, then what's the fucking point of the console? Just defunct it, like cancel the console, get rid of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's why I just don't like playing Xbox anymore, because I don't need it, you know? That's why I don't have a Series X, because I don't need it. If you've got a PC, hell, they're doing like the xCloud shit and the streaming shit. You don't even need the console anymore, like at all. So that's kind of like my gripe with Xbox. Like, you have no, like, back in the day, you used to make me want to get your console, like fucking Halo. Like, nowadays, all your games are launching on PC day one, so it's like, what the fuck is the point? But then, the point that doesn't make sense is like, yeah, we don't want our games to be exclusive, but we're going to buy fucking Bethesda and take their games away from PlayStation. It's like, what? You've just contradicted yourself. We want gamers to play our games anywhere, but we're going to buy a publisher and take the games away from PlayStation. Like, what? I fucking ranted about the pricing and everything for way too long. Like, I was saying it with Eternal too. Like, I was saying, like, it's not worth 70. Well, you know, like the fact, like the people that like PlayStation-centric channels are gonna defend it no matter what. It's the same thing with the Xbox side of things. You're gonna defend it no matter what. I ain't defending any side. Like, Nintendo suck ass, Sony suck ass, and fucking Xbox suck ass. Hell, even PC can suck ass sometimes too. Like, it is what it is. That's just facts, you know. Nintendo suck ass with their fucking remastered shitty ports. Sony just, I don't even know what Sony are doing. Like, they don't even, I don't think they even know what they're doing. They're like, oh, game prices go higher. You have to pay for upgrade path. We release our games unfinished, even though you have to pay 70 quid for them. Our games are shorter for 70 than the games that cost 50. You know what I mean? And I literally proved that. You know, like, Jesus Christ, Sony. How they shit, like, they were doing well last year. They were doing so well. And then they shit the bed. They were doing so well. They nailed it last year, I feel like. Like, they had, like, the PS5 event, and then they were, like, you know, like, Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. Sure, Last of Us 2 had its issues with, you know, like, the leaks and shit, but they were doing so well. Dreams, like, launching early in the year. Neo 2, all that, and then just started shitting the bed. Where are those supposed big third-party timed exclusives? But yeah. I mean, dude, anyone can be an insider nowadays. If you say that, oh, Sony are going to make a game, you'll get about 50 articles about that. What game is it? What could it be? What could it be? Dead Space 4? Oh my god! Oh, I need to. I'm fucking gonna take years off my life by fucking complaining about this shit. It's just annoying. Like a full-on rant about the pricing of games. It's just ridiculous. No game, no next-gen game has proved to me that it's worth 70 quid. And that's what I stand by, and that's what I will stand by. But yeah, I mean, I like the DLC for what it was. Just immediately go back to the DLC. You know, story-wise anyway. I did think it was a bit typical to the RPG genre, or just Ghost of Tsushima as a whole. Like, oh, Big Bad takes over Island, gotta defeat Big Bad. Blah, 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 blah. It's very generic in terms of storytelling. However, you know, I'm not done with it completely, because I obviously, you know, got to do the side quests and shit, and I don't know if I'll stream that. I don't think I will. But the plan is next week to start up Zero Dawn. Not sure what day. It might be Monday, it might be Tuesday, it might be Wednesday, it might be Thursday, it might be Friday. One day next week, I will be starting Zero Dawn, and we'll be starting that playthrough. I'll have to restart the game completely. And also be my first time playing Zero Dawn at 60 FPS. I just don't understand why people can't like criticize Sony. Like, I get it. You like Sony games. I get it. So do I. I love them. But you can criticize them, you know? Like, it's like your favorite show or favorite movie, right? Sure, it's your favorite show or movie, but you can still criticize certain things about it, right? Like I love Sony and I love the games they make. It's just the decisions like they're making from a business standpoint, not the game standpoint, a business standpoint, are scummy as fuck. And I don't agree with it. It literally is anti-consumer. Like it is. Like that's what they're doing with the pricing and all the upgrade path stuff. That's anti-consumer. Not necessarily like what was anti-consumer like oh, getting an exclusive like timed exclusive thing because they're providing for their like fan base, right? Or getting games exclusive. Like that's not anti-consumer. I'm talking specifically fucking like game prices. They need to be sorted out. Because without consumers, Sony, where would you be? So, you know, I think people need to take a stand against Sony and some scummy corporation tactics just to sort them out. Because we need to remember how important our voices are as a community and as a fan base and as a, you know, just consumers as a whole, right? Like, kind of insane. I think it's just a weird thing how people are just defending it, you know? Like, let me I really just don't understand why people are defending the decision of like, oh, 70 quid games are fine. Oh, you know, upgrade paths are fine. And it's like, you're just saying that because you like their games. I genuinely feel like that's how people think about Sony games. It's just like, you like their games, so you're going to defend all the scummy practices and all the scummy shit that they do from a business standpoint. Because what they're doing, legit, is the definition of anti-consumer. Making people pay for a game they already own just for better graphics and fucking haptic feedback is the dumbest shit I have ever seen. Sure, it was a thing last gen, but the difference is with this gen and last gen is there's backwards compatibility now. Last gen there wasn't. I keep bringing up the same things over and over again, but you need to, like, I need to get that into people's heads. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. 70 quid games, and the reasoning behind 70 quid, oh, the hours of entertainment, but I have more hours of entertainment on games that cost 50 over the games that cost 70. I've platinum Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart in 18 hours, you know? And I've got 104 hours in Last of Us 2 and I'm platinumed it within 23 hours of playing it. And I've got 104 hours in it. 104 hours. For 50 quid. And yet for the games that cost 70, I've got less hours in. Sure, they came out, you know, not too long ago, but once you've platinumed the game, there's genuinely no reason to go back to it other than, like, if you're bored and, you know, you just want to play through the game again. Right? And I do replay the games quite a bit. I do replay some of the Sony games every now and again, but ridiculous. Like, even, like, the upgrade for this, like, the good Tsushima DLC, like, 30 quid. Why? The facial animations aren't even fucking good to warrant Japanese lip sync. Like, stop it. You know, and also we beat the main story of this DLC in like 3 hours. 3 hours because we just did like the main story. Like, we didn't really do the side quest, but we were doing it not fast. We were doing it fairly slow, to be fair. Like, it's just the pricing of the games. Like, the Death Stranding upgrade, that makes sense. That works. But it is what it is. And it's all Jim Ryan's fault. Like, as soon as Jim Ryan became in charge, like, that's when all this started happening. Like, oh, games coming to PC. Oh, fucking 70 quid games. Oh, cross-gen games. Like, when the fuck has Sony ever done that? When have they ever done cross-gen games like for this long for their exclusives? Killzone, Shadowfall wasn't cross-gen. Fucking Knack wasn't cross-gen. Infamous Second Son wasn't cross-gen. The Order wasn't cross-gen. Fucking Bloodborne wasn't cross-gen. You know what I mean? And you can compare Bloodborne because Bloodborne is came out around the same time that Horizon Forbidden West is coming out. Like 2 years after the console launched. Close to 2 years, a year and a half. Right? Because November 2013 is when the PS4 came out. Then a year passes, which would be like 2021. Then around early 2015 is where Bloodborne came out. So it's around the same. But Bloodborne wasn't a cross-gen title. So what's the excuse this time? Sony. Because you don't need to... Like, they can literally just cancel the PS4 version. They've already made the PS5 version the superior version, so why do you need the PS4 version? You know what I mean? Oh, there's only 10 million consoles out there. Okay, name one PS4 exclusive that sold the same amount of copies that the console did. You can't. So why do people come up with that argument? Oh, but there's 100 million players out there, but not all of them are going to buy the fucking game. That's clearly evident from the sales of like Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us 2. Stop being a dipshit. You know what I mean? Like, they can't leave 100 million people behind, but they can. Because at the end of the day, they did it with the PS3, they did it with the PS2, and they did it with the PS1. So shut the fuck up. Alright? Because at the end of the day, 160 million people aren't going to buy an exclusive. Because people don't play games just for exclusive. Most people play them for third-party games. So don't be dumb, Sony, and don't be dumb people defending that. You know? Yeah, exactly. As soon as the PS3 came out, they left 100 plus million PS2 users. There you go. If you're being inconsistent with your past like generations, then you're idiots, Sony. Like, you're just dumb. You can't be that inconsistent between generations. Like, you need to be fairly consistent. If you're sticking to that generation format, keep it consistent. Fucking next-gen games straight away. Sure, they've got Demon's Souls. Sure, they've got Playroom. Sure, they've got, like, Returnal and Rift Apart. But it's like... Okay, but... Playroom is, like, 4 hours. Demon's Souls is a hardcore game. Same thing with Returnal. That's more of a hardcore... It's not a casual game. Rift Apart is the only, like, casual kind of game. You know what I mean? I'm making people pay 70 for it. It's like, what? God of War 2 was meant to be on PS3, I heard. But they, like, cancelled the... They just made it off for PS2, yeah. Like, what other game came to PS... Like, what game was cross-gen between PS3 and 4? Like, Little Big Planet? Is that it? I think that was it. Like, maybe MLB or something? And Resogun? Like, very minor games, you know what I mean? Like, not the big bangers. Like, Infamous Second Son wasn't on PS3, you know? So why is Horizon Forbidden West on PS4? And why is God of War on PS4? Right? Oh, you know, they started development before the dev kits were out. But surely that would have applied to the PS4 too, right? Like, surely the development of Killzone started on PS3, right? Surely that must have applied. Like the dev kits probably weren't ready for the PS4, right? By the time they started development for Killzone, Shadowfall. So what's the excuse for the cross-gen? We can't leave 100 million consoles behind. You did it 3 generations ago. So what's the problem? I mean, there's already, like, evidence is proving that the PS5 versions are selling more than the PS4 versions. Look at Miles Morales' sales. Yeah. I'll stream for like another 15 minutes. We'll get it to 3 hours. Just talk a bit though. Hell, even look at like the 360 lineup, right? Like Halo, right? Like Halo fucking... What was the first Halo on 360? Was it 3? Halo 3 wasn't on the classic Xbox, right? Like Xbox One even, like Rise, that wasn't on Xbox 360. You know what I mean? Halo 3 was 360 only. I thought Halo 2 was 360, but no, that was classic Xbox. Perfect Dark 360 only. Exactly. Like perfect examples from the past history of like different companies. Like you don't see fucking Nintendo doing cross-gen games. I mean, it's not like their games look visually impressive anyway, but still. I just don't understand like the need to make cross-gen like a thing this generation. It's weird because it's just like, oh yeah, last year we're hyping up next gen. You know, they're hyping up next gen for all these big games, and it's like all of them that they announced are literally cross-gen titles, except Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal. And that's pretty much about it. If we're talking like the AAA, like, you know, shit. If we're not talking like Playroom, like the bigger scale games, right? Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank, and Returnal. That's it. 2 hardcore games and 1 casual game. Right? Am I missing a game? No, because Destruction All Stars are very like, it's smaller scale. It's like kind of indie level. Like Playroom, while it is good, it is a very small scale game compared to like Returnal or Demon Souls or Rift Apart. I mean, you got Miles, but that's cross-gen. That is it, right? I don't think any other games come out. Like Resident Evil Village. Like they was hyping that up to be like the next generation version of horror or the next generation of Resident Evil, and then they announced it's cross-gen. It's like, what? And the same thing with Battlefield. Battlefield did the same thing. The next generation of Battlefield, yet it's cross-gen. The next generation of Call of Duty, yet it's cross-gen. It's like, I mean, that's expected with third-party games, I feel like, but I don't know. I expected like Resident Evil to be... I don't know. I expected Resident Evil to just be like, oh yeah, we'll stick to like the next-gen shit. I genuinely didn't expect Sony to just make cross-gen titles. Like Forbidden West, I thought would have been PS5 exclusive. Like just based on like the fact that they ended the PS5 showcase with it. So it's an assumption, sure, but you don't end a showcase about a next generation console with a game that isn't even exclusive to the console. Like, the same thing with God of War. They did it twice. They did it with Horizon, and they did it with God of War. And then they went back on Gran Turismo. Like, Gran Turismo was exclusive to the PS5. Then they just were like, yeah, no, we need to put it on PS4. And I'm curious why they decided to do that. Like, is it just because of the sales? Like, what? Like, see, that's how I think they're thinking. They're not thinking, like, strategically. Like, maybe from, like, sales kind of look at it, they're thinking strategically to get more money. But from a strategic standpoint, you don't want the developers to be held back. Like, every developer's been hyping up next gen, like, oh, we don't want to be held back by the memory. But Sony are like, yeah, no, fucking make the game for PS4. Like, what? You're holding the developers back, dude. They could do so much with the PS5 and the potential of the PS5, but yet you're not even giving them a chance to utilize it properly. It's Jim Ryan. Definitely is Jim Ryan. He's a sales guy, like I said, marketing sales guy. So let me check. Yeah, I'm looking from a point of having big games take full advantage of the new platform and make people want the new console. Like, see, someone's saying, like, people expecting things to be free is why we get games like the Avengers. No. No. Not at all. A free upgrade isn't on the same scale as a fucking game. What? Like, I'm not saying, oh, give us the game for free. No. I'm saying... I mean, technically, I am asking for the game for free, but if you already bought the game, you should get access to the superior version for free. But they're not going to do that. Do you know why? Do you know why they're not going to do that? Because they've realized, okay, if someone gets a PS4 version, they're getting the game for cheaper, and they're getting access to the PS5 version that we're making people pay $70 for free. So we're not going to allow them to do that, so we'll make them pay for the upgrade version. That's how they're thinking. That's how they're thinking. Because it's like, you can get the game for cheaper, you can get the PS4 version for cheaper, then upgrade for free. But Sony are like, no, we're not allowing you to do that because you need to pay for that fucking upgrade. You need to pay for it. We want you to pay $70 no matter what. Whether it's through an upgrade or whether it's through buying the game standard edition. You're paying $70 no matter what. That's literally how they're thinking. Or $80 in the case of Horizon, if you want both versions. Or if you just don't have a PS4 yet, but you want to get a PS5, so you just buy both versions. Like, people are like saying like, oh, you know, like Forbidden West might have like 2 completely different versions, and I'm like, compare it to Miles though. Like, was Miles that fundamentally different? I mean, it had ray tracing in PS5. It had a better visuals than the PS4, and it loaded faster. But it's like I said, it's literally the equivalent of having a game at medium settings on PC and then ultra settings. It's the same thing. It's like what I've tweeted about that. It's like Horizon Forbidden West is still fundamentally a PS4 game. It's just at ultra settings on PS5. Like, the design of the game will be the same, but visually it will just look a little bit better on PS5. Maybe. I mean, there's no way to know. They could just be lying just to get sales, right? You never know. But I'm curious. I find it fucking hilarious that all the games that have been delayed are all the cross-gen titles. I find that funny. I I wonder if that's the issue and not necessarily like them not being able to finish the game. It's the cross-gen stuff that's holding them back. Because Demon Souls is an exclusive. That's out. Eternal was an exclusive. That's out. Rift Apart's an exclusive. That's out. Destruction All-Stars was an exclusive. That's out. But all the ones that are cross-gen are being delayed. Or the ones that are on PC too are being delayed. Like Deathloop. Like Death Stranding Director's Cut. Right? That's a PS5 game, technically, because it's not on any other platform, right? Like, that's coming out at the end of the month. I find it funny how all the games that have been delayed are the cross-gen ones. Because it's a weird coincidence, isn't it? Like, games get delayed all the time, but like... Why come the PS5 exclusive ones are out now, but the cross-gen ones aren't? Like, would Horizon be out now if it wasn't cross-gen? That is the question. Maybe Horizon could have made it this year. Hey, maybe even God of War could have come out this year if it wasn't cross-gen. There's no way to know. But obviously COVID did impact some things, but... I mean, COVID plus cross-gen? Especially since they've never done cross-gen like that before. Like some of them bit developers. You know what I mean? Like, Sony Santa Monica haven't done like cross-gen to that level. Or to this level before, have they? From what I remember. Like, I don't think they've ever done like a game that's been cross-gen. If Factions is 70 quid, I swear to fucking God. Like, you can't pay, maybe pay, like, if I'm not going to pay 70 quid for Battlefield 2042, I ain't going to pay 70 quid for fucking Factions. Also, don't make it free to play either. Like, I think for a multiplayer only title, it should be about 30 quid. Right? I mean, you could say the same about a single player title, though. Like, if it's a single player only title, maybe that should be 30 quid, right? Then 50 if it's, like, both. Honestly, that's not bad pricing, to be fair. Guerrilla, Santa Monica, and Polyphonia Digital are all doing cross-gen games for the first time. Even Insomniac. I think Insomniac did a cross-gen game, though. I think they did. Actually, maybe they didn't. Oh yeah, Spider-Man, yeah. Spider-Man. I mean, Media Molecule have done cross-gen. Like Little Big Planet. No, I was gonna say technically Naughty Dog, but like no, they did a remaster, so it's not the same. But yeah, like I just don't understand why this generation we're doing a shit ton of cross-gen games. Like the issue, the funny thing is though, if you didn't make a PS4 version, like we wouldn't be pissed at the upgrade stuff. I'd still be pissed at the price of the game because I think it's ridiculous. 70 quid is fucking expensive, especially for a game that, like Forbidden West. Like how much do you think I'd get out of that first playthrough? Like from beginning to end, beating it. Like, just doing the main story. How long do you think that'd take? Probably about 25 hours? Maybe, if it's longer than the first. 25, 30 hours? I think the first is about 20 hours. I think paying 70 is ridiculous, though. I just don't... Like, I get it. Like, game prices haven't gone up in a while, but it's like... Like, Elden Ring isn't fucking 70. You know what I mean? Why is... You know, I'm thankful it isn't. Thank fuck it isn't. Hopefully, like, From Software games never become 50. But if a From Software game is published by Sony, and if that's 70... Oh, it'll be a fucking reckoning. There'll be a fucking reckoning. Because Elden Ring was 50, but the one that's published by Sony is 70? Why? This gen's going to be a train, mate. It's just with the prices. If they sort the prices out, it'd be fine. If they sort the upgrade paths out, it'd be fine. If they fucking stop making cross-gen games, it'd be like there's three big issues: cross-gen, upgrade paths, and fucking pricing of games. But to be fair, I've always had an issue with prices of games. But it's like, for a multiplayer title, I wouldn't pay 70 for. Like a multiplayer-only title, I wouldn't pay 70 for. But then it's like, you know, what about a single-player title? Like a single-player-only title, you paid 70 for that, and it's like, true, like, it's the same thing, right? It's one mode. It is the same thing. Like, people are stating facts. It's like, well, shit, yeah, you're right. You're kind of right. Sure, you have a great time with a single player experience, and they can be fucking amazing. But still don't think it's worth 70. Like, me and my friend were talking about this a couple of days ago. It's like 70 quid's a bit steep. Like, it is. Like, 50 quid was pushing it, I feel like. Because it's like, 50. I think 50 quid is fine if it's like an all-around, like, single player, multiplayer, like a COD game, right? It's got everything for 50 quid. That's a good price, right? For a single player title, I think it should be 30. Or for a multiplayer only title, it should be 30. For an indie title, it should be around like 15, 20 quid. Like, that's a good balance, I feel like, for pricing. For me, it's PC ports, cross-gen, 70 price tag for certain games, and PS4 gamers not getting native PS5 versions. PS4 games not getting native PS5 versions. I mean, I don't necessarily care about PS4 games not getting native PS5 versions, because at this point, I don't want it. If they're going to do this scummy shit with the pricing, I don't want a native PS5 version of any game from PS4 if they're going to do this scummy price tactic. Well, the only way you can get this is if you paid 70. Even though it's an old game. Like, what? The only reason there's not even a reason I'd buy an old game for 70. Like, I didn't even buy the Ghost Director's Cut for 70. Because it was a rip-off. And plus, the only reason I'd get it would be to get a physical copy of it. Like, I don't think you should demand, like, native PS5 games. Because if they're going to do this weird pricing shit, I don't think it's worth it. Just upgrade the PS4 games by adding like frame rate and maybe faster loading times somehow. Like, Last of Us still needs a fucking loading time boost. The LED is saying, like, Horizon Forbidden West on PS4 will have way less graphical quality than the PS5 version, to the point it'll look different, kind of like Black Ops 3. I don't think anything could look as bad as the PS3 version of Black Ops 3. That shit was horrendous. Because it's like the COD before that looked better. You know what I mean? On PS3. Like, Black Ops 2 looked better than Black Ops 3 on PS3. So I don't think it'll be on that level. They'll look fundamentally similar. Like, they'll look very close. It'll just be the water that looks different. And, like, some lighting stuff. So, yet again, graphical settings. Like, if I buy the game once, I should get access to the upgrade for free. Like, it doesn't matter. Because it's like, if you can't afford to pay the 70 price tag, You know, because not everyone can. Like people don't like get paid a lot. To be fair, and to live, it's quite, you know, there's a lot of money to live too. You know, pay your bills and fucking like eat, food, drink, and gaming being a hobby for what it is, it's a very expensive hobby, which is a fact. Obviously, I obviously it's an expensive hobby, but I've never agreed with game prices because they just don't make sense. Surely a game that's cheaper would sell more than a game that's more expensive, because more people get games on offer than they do at launch, right? Theoretically. Obviously, like, people that are hyped about the game and stuff and like want to pre-order it, they get it. But, for instance, Last of Us 2 sold, what, 4 million in 3 days? Would that have sold that much if it was 70? Like, in 3 days? Do you think so? You know what I mean? Like, Miles is selling well. Like, why is Miles the one that's always popping off in the charts? Because it's fucking 50 quid. It's cheaper. The ones that are dearer aren't really on the charts that much. Right? Like, let's look at the NBD charts for games, like last month, for July. Was Ratchet and Clank on there? I don't think it was it? See, look, evidence right here, dude, that the pricing has fucked Sony up in the ass. Right? Cold War. This is on multiple consoles, and it's 50 quid on PC. So that's popping off. Skyward Sword, I mean, you know what people like with Nintendo. But Miles Morales is the only one. Well, I guess you've got MLB too, but MLB's, you know, it's a technically a third-party game at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it's on like every platform. Obviously, it sell well, and plus they always kind of sell well anyway, don't they? But Spider-Man Miles Morales, that's 50 quid. Also, wait, MLB The Show, how dear is that? How expensive is that? How much is a standard edition? Hang on. Hang on. It's 50 quid. Okay, well there you go. There's more evidence. So, the two Sony games that are on here are Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales and MLB The Show. MLB The Show being obviously a kind of like third-party game because it's on every platform now, but it's also 50 quid. Both of these games are 50 quid, and they're in the charts. Let's go down to the previous month. Miles, 50 quid. Resident Evil Village, 50 quid. Wasn't Valhalla kind of 50, I think? Insights. Video games. Let me NBD for May. Let's just go like per month. Oh, I want like a proper layout of it though. Like, is there a good website for it? VentureBeat maybe? No. July, June. Okay, here we go. And this is top 20 best-selling games of the month in the United States. Rift Apart's there. Okay. But then it's gone. Months later, it's gone. Like, it's not even on the charts anymore. It's just gone. No, Spider-Man's still there. Still popping off. This is also digital sales too, right? Like, where's Returnal, actually? Where does Returnal... Oh, shit. Fuck's sake, Venture Beat. You fucking dipshits. The Returnal's 8. And then it's a month later, it's gone. Like, in May. It's gone. You know what I mean? How isn't this evidence that the 70 quid games aren't doing well? Like, it's in the it's in top 8, right? Top 10. Month later, it's gone. Right? Yeah, it's gone. How does that not, like, give it away? Wait, these are... Like, Spider-Man's still popping off. Rift Apart's there. But, like, Returnal's gone. Like, Returnal's not even there anymore. Demon Souls is nowhere to be seen. I don't know, they haven't come out with sales numbers for Demon Souls, and I don't know why. I really don't understand why. But yeah. That ends the stream, you know, like, Jin's, Hang on, wait, I've got an idea. Hang on, one sec. Oh. There you go. Jin is, you know, kissing us to say farewell. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, no sales numbers for PC either. They give sales numbers for Returnal, but they didn't give any for Demon Souls, and I don't know why. Oh, we dropped frames? When did we drop frames? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I'll be back next week. Not sure what day, but we want to hit up Horizon. We're going to start up Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough and kind of like catch up with that. And it'll be the first time playing it too. Well, not like playing it, but the first time like beating it. And then obviously we got the PS5 showcase next week too. Is there anything else next week's gaming related? I don't think so. Maybe expect, like, I think tomorrow I might post like one of the Doom episodes, Doom Eternal. Obviously I need to try and get Returnal and like see if I can try and record that at some point. Maybe next week. And then maybe, just maybe, expect like a Left 4 Dead video. Maybe. Because I've been playing a bit of Left 4 Dead 2 on PC and it's funny as fuck. Because I've got like a mod on there, like a Shrek mod. Probably shouldn't play it because it does have copyrighted material. But hang on. Just to end off the stream. What a beautiful rainy night in No Mercy. Let's get going, shall we? Let's get going. Are you alright, Phil? You alright? Taking a shit there, lad? Alright. Alright. Hey. Oh. Ack. Oh, giddy aunt. What? Oh, Oh shit! Fucking hell! Fucking hell, Shrek! Jesus Christ! Holy fuck! Why is he so fast? Phil! Fucking Shrek! Fucking Shrek! And that's Left 4 Dead in a nutshell. Guess what else I've got on here. Like VO stuff. What's this Fortnite video? What is this? Oh, that's just, I don't know what that is. Mitchell's, wait, Mitchell's, what is this? Oh yeah! Oh, that is. Mitchell's Halloween special. Was that the thumbnail I used? I got the Left 4 Dead like hand too. Which one did I use? Is it this one? I did a poor job cropping this. I think I got this one with the one with colour. Yeah, that one looks better. I like that one. The idea completely changed what we originally wanted to do. Anything gaming related? Bloodborne? Nope. Demon Souls? Okay, they're just like... What was those for, guys? Tsushima. Resident Evil 3, PS5 unboxing. Do I still have that now? Last of Us Remastered thumbnails. Part. Why is it in why is it in the file format? Hello? Just thumbnails in here. There's not one where like I have actual like footage. I think it's Doom, right? Doom, yeah. Fucking 2 gigs for that. Fucking 2 gigs for that. Do you know how big this is? Like this shit. 24 gigs. 8 gigs. 10 gigs. 17 gigs. Like 3 hours of footage right there. Oh wait, that's more than 3 hours, isn't it? It's like 6 hours of footage. Yeah. Yeah. Like 4 hours, I don't know. 5 hours. Jesus. Like 7 hours of footage right there. Yeah, I mean that sums it up, I think. Right? Yeah. I mean, you got this, but we don't want to watch that. That's private video. Don't look at that. Yeah. I will be back next week with more videos or more streams, I guess. Maybe videos too. You never know. Left 4 Dead might get posted. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed the stream. IKI Island was pretty good, pretty fun. You know, Jin's face is quite beautiful, to be fair. And I'll pop that back up on screen right now. There it is. Yeah. That was pretty good. Ta-ta. And fail. Oh. Whoa. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. It went by Fermi, turned into a ghost. Ha ha! Ghost of Tsushima! Ah ha ha! Ah!